Most High. Welcome to Sefer Elion, which is secret place of the Most High in Hebrew. And today we have our first podcast of the day, which is our Duty of Man podcast. And today we have on our main host of the show now. And of course, we formerly, before we had Moray Zerubbabel, but he's kind of taking care of business right now. So today we have on Elder Moray Yemuel, who's a very respected elder in our community here in Cincinnati, our Hebrew community, and various other communities as well. And he's also an advocate in the school system as well. So he has a lot of experience in terms of relationships, marriage, how to raise children. He's raised children before. He's been married, several times before. So he's a very experienced elder with a lot of wisdom. And today he's going to bring us a lesson today. He's going to bring us a lesson. So we'll go ahead and pass the microphone to him and kind of.
Well, what I want to do is sort of revisit and add to the conversation that we had the last time, which was dealing with relationships and marriage. And hopefully that when we get involved in those particular relationships, they lead to marriage. That should be the reason for entering into those relationships anyway. A lot of times that's not the case because nowadays we as a people, black, white, whatever, have been watered down. It's all about pleasure. It's all about what I can get from you before you get what you're trying to get from me. And we pass one another around. It's not good. It's not good at all. Somebody gonna catch something. Somebody gonna catch something. But here's the thing. Today I want to, I'm not exactly sure where I left off, so I may repeat some things. I'll try not to be too redundant on things that I've already said. I didn't go back and watch what I said before I came over. I definitely went back and watched it, and I thought it was very enlightening myself, if I must say so myself. But my whole thing is to help people in their relationships, help to make wise decisions. Men are visual. Would you agree with that, fellas?
Absolutely.
Men are visual, and we tend to look at a individual and say, "Oh, I like that. I want to get with that, or this, that, and the other." However, that individual is going to think. Now, that's not, but most of us, we're visual, especially when we don't know the laws of the Most High. You see what I'm saying? When we have become products of our environment.
Right.
In other words, Elisha used to say, Moray, Elisha used to say, we're monkey see, monkey do people. We say what we hear said and we do what we seen done. But that don't necessarily mean that it's a good thing, right?
That's right.
So let's get into this. The whole purpose, let me rephrase that. The Almighty said it wasn't good for man to be alone, right?
That's right.
So what did the Almighty do? He put man to sleep. And he took a rib from this man. So we're talking about in the case of Adam and Eve. And he made a woman. And he brought this woman to Adam. Adam had named all the animals and everything. He brought the woman and he got Eve. And Eve was the mother of all, right? And I believe in somewhere, we won't really get too in depth in it, but somewhere I believe in Genesis, maybe the second chapter, somewhere around the 18th verse. That's where you see what we call the first marriage. Okay? Bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh. She should be called woman because she was taken out of man. Then we go on, a man should leave his father and his mother and cleave unto his wife, and they shall become one flesh. That means they're counted as one. That means they need to be on the same page. Let me ask a question here. Before a child is born, and I know I got some geniuses right here beside me that know the word of the Almighty. before a child is born, what do the Almighty Yah expect from parents? There's a thing that I want you to answer, and if you don't get it, just like I know this young man will. So there's a thing that he expects from parents.
Provision.
Huh?
Provision.
That,
Be able to be able to
is
provide.
that the first thing you expect from parents?
Oh, no. Before the child is born, marriage.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
That's the thing that he expects of parents,
That's right.
to be married. Because say if a woman was found to be with child and she wasn't married, or if she was found doing the do and she wasn't married, what was her punishment?
She was a daughter of a priest playing a whore. She got to get put to death.
Mm.
If you got caught in the field and she wasn't screaming out as she was being attacked or something, what would be the consequence?
That would be forced to marriage, I believe.
It's death.
Yeah, a daughter of a
Don't listen to me. Don't act like little rocks. So we out of order. We're way up out of order. See, we're doing things for pleasure and we're going directly against the Most High Yah's word. And I'm talking about Israel as well. Israel especially. Because we're supposed to be the teachers of the rest of the world. We're supposed to be our brother's keeper. Gotta ask you a question before I get into this lesson. If I was telling either one of you about these exploits that I've been having, this woman and that woman, and the things that I've been doing, and I'm not married to either one of them, if you're my friend, you should condemn me. You shouldn't sit there and be entertained by my conversation.
Right.
You should be the first to condemn me. Because if you take part in that conversation, like, then how you gonna look inside of the Almighty? See, sometimes we get caught up in conversations that we definitely should not even be having. And we entertain those conversations, and the Almighty is not pleased with it. If you're my real friend, you're supposed to be the first to correct me. You're supposed to be the first to check me hard. Now, that being said, let's get into this here. The sole purpose in these days of dating is not necessarily to obtain a wife. And for females, it's not necessarily to obtain a husband. Mm-hmm. Can we agree with that's a possibility? I'll put it there to put it in mind.
I'll say that in the majority of cases, yeah. The majority of cases.
Is not to seek a wife or to seek a husband. Right? Now, see, here's the thing. Who has access, or who gives access, should I say, to themselves?
The woman.
The woman. Who give access to marriage?
The
man.
Y'all see where I'm going with this right here?
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question. If a woman determines who she's going to lay with, right? And she's actively in the dating scene and she is not looking for a husband, and you know that she's been with X amount of people, she's just been out there, she says she's having fun, she's living her life. Is that someone, just because we say, well, she looks good, is that someone that you should find yourself getting involved with?
No.
Should she receive any of your time?
No, sir.
Deep.
Check, it's real deep, because here's the thing. Say if you decided you were going to overlook that, and you said you like her, you want to get to know her because you think she might make a good wife. Those are your thoughts, those are not her thoughts, right? Right? There's an old expression saying you can't turn a 304 into a housewife.
Ooh.
That's right.
So what would be the purpose of trying to get with somebody that you know that's already been with a bunch of people that she's going to compare you to. So we're going to get deep. And I'm hoping that we get a mixed multitude of people that's just watching this live, because I'm prepared to even ask some questions today. You know what I'm saying? And I would love for some females, who's out there dating. I'm not saying that they're doing this, that, and the other, but someone who would love to be married, to find a husband. I would like to tell them the truth. Because see, here's the thing. When we find ourselves in situations to where I'm getting ready to start dating, you're getting ready to start dating, you should be dating with a purpose. And that purpose should be to find a husband if you're a woman, and to find a wife if you are a man. See, we're not the people that's supposed to be going around just giving one another diseases and doing all this, that, and the other. That's just like if I was married, according to the law, if I was married and I gave a woman a bill of divorcement, then she leave my house, right?
Yes, sir.
And she can go be another man's wife, right? But let me even add to this. Say if a man was married, they had children, and he gave a woman a bill of divorce, does that law change? Who leaves? Who stays?
The man stays and his household stays, but the woman leaves and goes off to be another man's wife.
There you go. Now, if something happened with that man and he divorced her, or say he passed, can that previous husband take that woman back again to be his wife?
No.
No, he can't. Because that land has been greatly defiled. Now check this out. How did it get defiled? Because originally she was supposed to be a virgin, right? You married her, right? For whatever reason, you got divorced, she left, she was with somebody else, right? So why would you take her back and you see what I'm saying? She's already, that land is greatly polluted then. And we know what the land is, right? It's been polluted. So here's the thing. If you know this woman has been with this person, this person, this person, this person, this person, this person, that person, that person, that person,
right,
that person, you get the picture. And I'm saying that based on some years. Say if a person, maybe she's 35, maybe she's 25, maybe she's 21, maybe she's 40, whatever. I can understand by understanding scriptures, that's not what the Almighty God wanted. That's the foolishness of man. You see what I'm saying? That's lust. That's lust. So, when we're dating, we want to get some tips. This is good for, hopefully, do we have any women that's logged in that's watching right now?
We got a few people. I'm still getting the link out there. Everybody.
Okay. Yeah. Well, here's the thing. When we're dating, we should be dating with a purpose. When we're dating, sex should not be on our mind. Now, I have to say this right here. I've made those mistakes. I've been married more than one time. But one thing that I know my mother would say if she was alive, that she know the son that she raised, and I ain't never been a dog or anything like that. You see what I'm saying? I ain't never been that type of way, although I haven't always been as wise as I am right now. So I've been guilty of the very things that I'm condemning right now. So I'm not going to play the part like, no, I ain't never did that. I have. But see, when we learn better, we should do better. The expectation is to do better.
Right.
Right? If I don't have experience in something, how can I tell somebody something?
Right.
If I've never experienced it. Experience has always been the best teacher too. Right? So if we apply wisdom, everybody's not going to apply wisdom, because I'm quite certain that most people know the difference between right and wrong. Most people that don't have real mental issues. I'm talking about real bad mental. We pretty much know right from wrong. But a man's eyes is never full. That's male and female. Y'all know that?
Yeah.
And since we don't get that sentence speedily, like when we mess up, the Almighty don't get us right away, we feel like we done got away with something. So we continue to do the same things that we shouldn't have been doing in the first place. So here's what I want to do. I'm going to ask both of you guys a question. Men in marriage have certain responsibilities. Women in marriage have certain responsibilities. Do you guys agree with that?
That's right.
Matter of fact, the name of this podcast is called Duty of Man, isn't it?
That's right.
So in a marriage, did y'all understand that a man was given a duty and a woman was given a duty in that marriage also?
Yeah, in the beginning, right?
Right. In the very beginning. And see, here's the thing. The Almighty, see, we the ones who change things. See, when modern times come, then people say, oh man, that's done away with. The Almighty's word stand fast. He say, don't add to his word and don't take away from it. He said, this word is perfect, leave it alone. And guess what? When in the end result, when we do get judged for our behaviors, we're going to be judged on man's criteria or the Almighty's criteria. Which one?
The Almighty.
The Almighty's criteria.
Period.
Right? Now, certain things to the Almighty is an abomination. That's detestable, right? What do y'all think something detestable means?
It's not good. It's sad.
It's sick. It's nasty.
So how would you like it if you called on the Almighty and then he hear your voice, you're like, ugh.
Real talk. That's what he do to some people.
I know he knows better. Because he told us to go tell the people what he said.
That's right.
But he said whether they hear or whether they prepare. We were also told to learn to do well. That's a behavior. You have to apply yourself to learning. Because the expectation is that when we learn better, that we what? We do better. But do that mean that that's always the case? Absolutely not. We can, and like I say, I've been guilty. I've known better, but at certain times did not do better. But as I started to get older, I had to start getting wiser. It's like when you keep bumping your head, you keep bumping your head, eventually you're going to get tired of bumping your head because it puts you through too much pain, too much aggravation.
That's right.
And so you willfully, keyword, willfully change. Because you start to expect better from yourself because you're letting self down. I've said this a bunch of times. We don't know our value. We don't know our value. And if a person don't know their value, they'll sell themselves cheap.
Dang. I say that a lot. Yeah.
You say that a lot?
No.
If we don't know our value, we will sell ourselves cheap. We will devalue ourselves, and then those people that might be interested in you will see, man, you don't have much value. If you watch the person and you see me, like, they don't know that you see them. But every time you see them, they would have, say it's for a female. Every time you see him, they with a different man. And then say a man, every time you see him, he with a different female. Every time. And they're always in a position where you know there's something going on.
Right.
Is that a good thing? Obviously, that man don't know his value and that woman don't know her value. See, both genders, don't get me wrong now, have a tendency to devalue themselves amongst one another and most of all in the sight of the Almighty. This is a Hebrew Israelite podcast. Do you know we some of the worst behaved people on the planet?
Because we know better.
We know better.
Yeah.
Those that know the word of the Almighty, we know better.
What do you think is causing men today to not value ourselves when it comes to relationships and who we choose to marry into our lives?
Oh, that's a question. That's a very easy question. Most, not all, but most people in our communities come from a single parent household. You, my man, have been blessed.
Yeah.
You have been blessed to have both your parents in the house, and you were brought up with certain morals and certain values that was based on the Almighty standards.
Sir.
But most people don't have that benefit of even knowing who the Almighty is, let alone having the upbringing that you had.
Yes,
You know, and I got to say this, and this ain't kissing no, but again, man, I've commended you often because it's definitely been a pleasure for me, and y'all knows I mean it. It's been a pleasure for me watching you grow up from a youth to the man that I see today.
Appreciate
You know, and that's real. That's real. You know, we're supposed to give a person their flowers in their life. And the flowers is let them know how you feel about them. It ain't like once you in that box and people bringing literal flowers and put there. Because in the box, I can't smell them. I can't see them. You know? And that's no disrespect on people who bring flowers to people's graves and this, that, and the other. But I'm trying to express to you, you should let a person know how you actually feel about them while they're alive. Say, for example, guys have a problem, some guys, not all, have a problem looking at the next man that's his friend, that's close as a brother, say, well, I love you, man. You get off the phone, man, I love you. You know what I'm saying? They leave and go, hey, man, be careful now, you know, love you, got your back, whatever. See, we'll say that about to our sons or to a woman. But a lot of guys, you ever say that to a guy that you feel close to and he don't know how to respond? You don't say that.
Oh, yeah. No, that's so crazy you brought that out because I think that's one of the things that we lack in the Hebrew community while we talking about this. We lack the love for each other and the brotherly love. But you would have two brothers competing over a woman, or you would have two brothers that'll go out their way and go to the highest mountain for a woman. But when it come to their brother, like I had this a real life situation. It was a dude. I was talking to this girl at one point, and he was interested in her too, right? And I think he kind of seen that I was interested in her. Well, he was kind of talking to her behind my back. Yeah, he was talking to her, trying to get with her behind my back or whatever. And he didn't know I knew that because everything that was going on, she was telling me. You know what I'm saying? And one day I confronted him on it, but I had said something. And he was talking about him talking to this girl. You know what I'm saying? But that wasn't even what I was talking about. And right then, okay, I see where your mind at. But we'll do this, and ever since this day, to this day, he'll avoid me. You know what I'm saying? On like a real subtle level, he'll try to avoid me. You feel me? Mm-hmm. Over a woman though. You know what I'm saying? And it's more women out there than it is men. And this brother know the truth. He a two-booker, but you know what I'm saying? He had the truth.
It don't make any difference because there's a great possibility, say 8 out of 10 times. If a guy is bringing his girl around other guys and other guys see her, right? Then if you have around too much, there's a good possibility there's some chemistry between those two, your girl and the other guy. There's going to be some chemistry to come about. Right. You see what I'm saying? And she might have an interest in her head as to like, I want to know why they're friends. Or whatever her reason is, but a lot of times it'll be your friend or the person you thought was your friend that end up with your girl. You see what I'm saying? But let's get on this thing here. Where was it? Because see, there's so much that I want to expose today that, and if I get off track on something, bring me back. Cause there's so much that I got in here that I can't wait to get out because the thing is, I just really want to see people do better. I swear, man, I really want to see people win. I don't think it should just be one big fish in a small pond. Let everybody be big fish. Right. You see what I'm saying? Let everybody have the right understanding. Let everybody be prosperous. But we hold ourselves back even in relationships because we're not putting forth that act right. I'm talking about guys and females. If a man know he's not looking for a wife, he's looking for a good time. He should let this young lady know this. And hopefully the young lady should say, I'm not really interested in that. But see, here's the situation. A lot of times, the women are just looking for a good time too. See what I'm saying? The women are just looking for a good time, and the guys looking for a good time. You know, and not all women, but a lot of women, you know, they have an agenda. You know, they know what they do because women and men. First of all, we got to agree on this here, gentlemen. I'm gonna ask y'all a question. Do you think that men and women think in the same way? Yes or no?
No.
Do you think men and women communicate in the same way? Yes or no? Do you think men and women are created equal? Yes or no?
No.
Definitely.
Do you think marriage is a partnership? Yes or no?
No.
Depending on how you look at it.
Oh, well, let me straighten this out real quick right now. Real quick. You hesitate. You say it depends on how you look at it. If you and I are partners in the business, that means we 50-50. No. When we're talking about partners
You're talking about 50.
and relationships, even if we're not married yet, if we're seeking to get married, right? Are we trying to form a partnership?
No.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Wait a minute. If you have a partnership and you say yes, but I say no, we had a stalemate.
That's right.
Yeah.
Huh? Did y'all go to the book of Genesis, the 3rd chapter, the 16th verse? We went there before, but I need the listening audience who may not have paid, watched last week to understand where we're going with this right here. Because the Almighty has an order. Genesis 3 and 16. And then we'll also read 3 and 17, because 3 and 16 is the punishment that the Almighty gave to the woman for her part in the garden. And the 17th verse is what he gave for the man. Read that Genesis 3 and 16, please.
It says, unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children, and thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over you.
Now, let's stop there for a second. See, and here's the thing. A lot of women will be upset with this scripture right here. And this is coming from the Almighty, first of all, who ordained marriage. Who ordained marriage. Marriage comes from him. And he defined what a marriage is. A marriage is between what? A man and a woman, right? So, is a man marrying another man? Is that a marriage in the sight of the Almighty? If two women marry one another, is that a marriage in the sight of the Almighty?
Sorry.
If a man marry a picnic table, is that a marriage? Because this society says you can do certain things. Y'all know I'm gonna keep it real with you. Y'all say y'all want the truth. We gonna get to the truth today. So let me ask you a question. I'll switch it up. If you got a cousin, that's your favorite cousin, but he just happened to be gay, right? And he's getting married, and he wants you to come to that wedding, and not only that, maybe be his best man. Your favorite cousin. Your favorite cousin. Or you attending that ceremony.
He said, no, sir. No, sir. I don't even have to think about it.
Because that means you will be agreeing with it. You're partaking in it. So you saying the Most High is a liar. Y'all's a liar. So let's get back to this 3 and 16. Because we were saying, is a marriage a partnership? It could never be a partnership. You say stop, she say go. Mm-hmm. Huh? She said, you ain't the only one who can make decisions. I can make decisions too. You ain't the only one who gets the final word, even though we discussed it. She said, I get the final word. It's good to discuss issues with your mate, right? But who gets the final decision? The husband or the wife? The husband. Now check this out.
What I find a lot of women doing nowadays is they're usurping the power of the man or the husband in this marriage or in this relationship. You're usurping him by going to the system. Or to the quote unquote white man, whatever we want to call this man that rule over us, who essentially is going to create certain rules that are going to go against our nature. Because should we even be like
that?
Right.
That is not the servant of the Almighty. This man on you. I'm going to use this man to punish you so he can get what. But a lot of women don't realize when you do that, the Almighty gonna pay you back.
Oh, yeah.
And you just forward.
Oh, yeah.
You don't stop the forward.
Yeah.
See, here's the thing. See, my thing is, like I said, talk about what I do.
Yes, sir.
What I do. It is all going to be based on scriptures. Now, we got And we also have some Israelite males and females who want to add to the Almighty's word or take away from his word, period. And that's the reason. Don't do that. You're going to be found to be a liar. You're going to be found to be a liar. So again, marriage is not a partnership that husband is to rule. See, I used to soften it up and say govern over the woman because I know women would be offended at such words that they might deem to be harsh. But see, they don't understand the Almighty. He can be harsh. He can be harsh. And that's why people should be very careful when they're talking about marriage. You want to take your time. You want to investigate. You want to have conversations. You want to make sure that if this is the man that she's going to, if you're the man that she wants to marry, that her expectations are going to be in line with what thus says Yah. And you're going to have to make sure that you are, in fact, the man. And the reason I have to say that, because like I say, a lot of times, and this is not to offend anybody at all, y'all. I know a lot of us come from single parent households. And in that single parent households, in most cases, it's the mother, not the father, again, because of the system thing that you were talking about in some cases. So therefore, if there's already children, and the father's not there and the mother is raising the children, sometimes she will enter, in most cases, let me put it that way, she's going to enter into her masculinity. You see, because men, we have estrogen, but we have more testosterone, right? That's right. And vice versa. Women should have more estrogen and less testosterone. But when she's taking on the role of a man, right? Then that's just like a woman who she's running a business, or she's the boss, should I say, or manager. But say she's got 100 people working up under her, and the job has to be done. 9 times out of 10, she's gonna start having more masculine traits because she have a huge responsibility, and it's up to her to make sure that everything is done. So she's not gonna always necessarily be in her femininity. You see what I'm saying? See. So when this happens, and say there's a man who's interested in you, right? Just interested in this woman, or any woman for that matter, who's in her masculine, and she might not even realize what he's talking about. If something comes up and he say, well, why are you acting all masculine or whatnot? She might be offended because she don't realize that she stepped into that arena at that particular time, right?
Very good.
And so now they're bumping heads. And now arguments start.
Why should it be a bumping head situation though if you just tell the truth?
Because here's the thing.
Yeah.
People tend to be in denial. They don't want to see it. Because see, here's the thing. Check this out. Y'all are guys and you said you've been in relationships. Accountability is key. That's the reason when we discussed earlier, usually if something goes wrong, it's going to be your fault. Or at least it's said that it's your fault. Here's what I want you two brothers to do. All of y'all know at least 10 people that's your age is in relationships. I'm getting ready to show you. I know what I'm talking about. Ask them in their relationships, in the vast majority of their relationships, I want y'all to take a poll and come back and let me know. And if I'm wrong, tell me. Tell me I'm wrong. But I bet you don't tell me that I'm wrong. Those that have been in relationships, not necessarily marriages, but say they had a girlfriend and things went awry and it didn't work out. And over, say somebody who had several different relationships, asked the guy that the woman always say that it was his fault. Why? Because there's a lack of accountability on guys' fault, but more so on women. There's a lack of accountability. Here's why I say that. Because I don't know y'all's relationships, but I guarantee you, if you were in a serious relationship or if you were in a serious relationship and you came to be serious, you put your best foot forward. You put your best foot forward. Right. You were giving it all. Matter of fact, I might even go as far as to say, I don't know if you guys have ever been in love with a different person other than the person that you may be with right now. But if you were in love, you want the best for them. Yeah. So you're going to go hard. Do y'all think that I make an understatement if I said men love harder?
No. Scriptures even say that.
Men, I know I love, if I love you hard. I'll put up with it. Most men, if they love a woman, they're going to put up with a bunch. They'll put up with a bunch.
I got a question.
Here, I'm gonna answer your question. This might not be the question, but let me tell you this and then answer your question here. I would generally tell, and this might not make sense to you right now, but I would give advice when people come to me and they having problems trying to find somebody or the person that they were with, the relationship ended or this, that, and the other. I said, here's what you need to do. Find somebody who you believe, I know you like her, but find somebody that you know likes you more than you like them. Mm-hmm. You like them, but somebody who likes you more is less likely to give you a bunch of boo. You see what I'm saying? It's going to be a good relationship. And then guys see about us being visual, we like that woman who's angry, right? But no, just give me an average woman who got a good inside. Because if the woman ain't right and she knows she looks good, then she's going to
Think she can get away with certain things.
Not only that, but you have more people trying to holler at it. Yeah. Now, let me tell you what the standard is. And women, if you listen, don't get upset with me because I'm telling the truth. From a man's perspective. From a man's perspective. And I know sometimes it might be a situation where women want to do certain things because it make them feel better. They might be a burn victim or this or something's going on. But a man would rather see a woman in her natural beauty.
Yep.
You ain't got to go get no BBL or whatever they call it, and all them nails is out to here. Let me tell you, butterfly lashes and all that. Now, you know, all the make. But see, here's the thing: if you say you had a bald spot and you went and got a toupee, right? You gonna get clowned by the woman. Yep. You gonna get clowned. But and we the only people on the planet. No, listen to me. We the only people on the daggone planet. Let me say our black women. Our black women. And I know I'm going to get some hate for telling the truth. And the only people going to get mad at me is people that's offended. Now, people have their reasons for why they want to do certain things, and they're entitled to that reason that they do things. I'm just saying things for the sake of relationships, what men like and what we don't like. All them nails, I say that's for other women. Women are in competition with themselves. You know, they do this, maybe they like the sound of it, you know, and all this stuff. One come in with hers this long, the other one, she come in hers with that long, and then they pointing and whatnot. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? So if she's getting ready to go cook you something to eat, say you want a hamburger, right? How's she gonna do that? She got to use that cell phone or something. What is she doing? Using enough or something. Say she's in the bathroom, right? And she's taking care of her personal self. And then she come out and no. You won't. Listen, people gonna do what they want to do, and that's perfectly fine. I'm not knocking anybody because I already have mine. You see what I'm saying? I'm just talking about we have to look at things to see if that's what you desire in a wife. And a potential wife have to see if the things that she's getting from that man are things that she desire from him. You see what I'm saying? You had a question before we get on track. I want you to ask that question.
About love in and of itself. Do you think that genetically, when you said that men love different than women, do you think that's because of the nature of the woman's survival? Because what I have noticed,
the nature of a woman, so a man love because of
their differences in love. Because you got to look at, like, say for instance, a woman, like on the level of survival, right? A lot of relationships I've noticed is 1 foot in, 1 foot out the door. It'll be all in. But you notice how you said that a man to be all in, right? Mm-hmm. So do you think that because of survival, a lot of times the woman's heart ain't all the way into the relationship because you know that
I got you.
If anything happened, you know, her
I got you now.
Yeah.
I got you now. And that's why we getting ready to talk about hypergamy now. See, here's the thing. And I said before we even got started, sometimes a woman will say she have other options, right? That's delusional for her, because if she hasn't been proposed to, or if a man has not asked her to marry her. Now she has other options of who she might be laying with, because she decides that, and she know the men, the nature of a man wanting to get with her or whatnot. So she has options on who she's going to lie with. See, again, women determine who they're going to lie with, unless in the case of rape or something like that. So we're not even going to add that in.
Right.
But men determine who they're going to marry. Right. And a lot of times in relationships, women might not be all in. And this is not all of them, but you might have some that's not all the way in because they're leaving that option open. So they think they have an option to move over to this next person who's in a better position than yourself. See, I gave an example before. I said a man, he'll marry a nice woman who works at Burger King or Wendy's or something. But a woman with a nice job and she's taking care of things, she's not going to consider marrying a man who worked at Wendy's, the drive-through window, or stocking cans at Kroger's or something, you know? No, that's not going to happen. Women want somebody who's up the line. You see what I'm saying? Because not only do it bring stature, but it's a better income. And so here's the thing. When a man is able to take care, when a man is able to take care of his responsibilities, or should I say when a traditional man, more so than a modern man, because a modern man gonna say, hey, we moving together, we 50-50 on this. You know, we going half on everything, hey, where your half of the rent at? Where this, that, and the other. See, that's the reason modern women, they're not necessarily looking for a modern man because they don't, in most cases, don't want to pay nothing. Not all of them, but a bunch don't want to pay nothing. They want to be taken care of. Hence, we talk about security, which is going back to the same question that you asked. A lot of times they're not all in because they're not feeling secure. They don't think you can take care of certain things. So they think that, you know, let me not get too serious because of something better comes. Now, again, this is not with all women. But if a woman is honest with you, like I say, now I've talked to women as well. But talk to women that you know got some character and they're going to tell you the truth. And a lot of older women, you see what I'm saying? They'll tell you. They'll tell you the way women are. Men and women, we're completely different. We think totally different. We act totally different. See, one of the things that a woman don't like, I'm going to tell y'all something that's going to blow your mind. If you know your worth, then you can't be manipulated as easy. But check this out. If you know your worth, but you fall because you said men love harder than women, you mess around and fall in love with that woman. Right. You can still know your daggone worth, but men are more good men. Not all good men are more prone to want to do what's right.
That's right.
A good man, if he mess around and got her pregnant, he gonna do what's right. Get married because he like her anyway, right? Mm-hmm. It might not be the ideal type of situation. Talk to men, they'll tell you that. A good man ain't quick to leave like a relationship. Say like even if they're boyfriend, girlfriend, and I'm not condoning that, but I've been there before. You see what I'm saying? Right. He's not going to be the quick one to leave that relationship when things get rough. He's not. Even more so if they have a child. Not a good man. You see what I'm saying? A man is going to be more interested in maintaining his household.
Period.
Because he's supposed to be the backbone of that household.
Period.
Men and women think completely different. Women can communicate with one another and be very vague on what they're saying, and they understand one another. As a man, I'm a matter of fact. I'm more detail-oriented. So if you tell me something, I need you to tell me everything. Because give you an example. Give you an example of what I'm talking about. Say if I tell my wife, I'm going to Kroger's. I'm going to Kroger's, I'll be right back, right? But before I go to Kroger's, I go visit another girl. I ain't got another girlfriend. Say I go visit a girlfriend. Say after that, I go shoot a little dice or something. And then I finally make it to the daggone Kroger. But the Kroger just happens to be crowded when I get there. And say I'm gone like an hour and 45 minutes, close to 2 hours. Kroger's less than 10 minutes away from me, right?
Right.
And I get over there and I get home, right? And she said, I thought you said you were going to Kroger. I said, baby, I did go to Kroger. When I got there, they was really crowded.
Right.
Why did I leave the other stuff out? Because it would intimidate me. Incriminate me, should I say. If I told you the truth, then I'm telling you the no good stuff that I was up to.
Right. Right.
So why would I tell on myself?
Mm.
You see what I'm saying? So that's an example of how some people just ain't gonna be right. Some people just ain't gonna be right. Check this out. Are you seeing somebody right now, or are you married? Or what? Were you married before?
Nah.
You've been in a serious relationship before?
Yeah.
Did your girl have your passcode to your phone?
I kept my phone unlocked.
Huh?
I didn't care.
In other words, did you care if she got your phone? And she just picked your phone.
Did, but not the one that.
Check this out. Check this out. If a man if he ain't up to that unrighteousness, if he all about his business, if he being right, phone ring, don't answer it.
Yeah.
Answer it. Can you use my phone? I need it.
Different.
But understand what I'm saying. See, now I'm gonna give you a different scenario here. Check this out. A good man ain't got no problem with, if she go on my phone, I ain't got nothing. I try to make, and it's always best to try to make yourself an open book. That way you have a better communication thing, right? But everybody's not going to be equal in a relationship. Understand me with this. Say, I'm going to give an example. I said before, and I'll say it a bunch of times. Women scheme on a level that most men don't even know exists. Ladies, if you're listening, if it's not you, don't get offended. I'm only talking about those that do this, right? Let me give you an example. Let me give you an example.
About to get the game.
Let me give you an example. You're going to get the truth. You're going to get the game. Because I'm going to tell it to you. That's why I'm going to demonstrate to you right now. Say you and your girl sitting on the couch watching TV. She go up and she using bathroom. Yeah. The phone right there. You look. Oh, it's Gail. Gail, her best friend. Right? Whether you answer it or not. Right? You might pick it up without even telling her because y'all relationship cool. And Gail there. Right? She on the other end. And you say, hey. And you already know it's her because you answer the phone. She said, where's your girl? Where's Linda? She in the bathroom. Okay, tell her I'll call her right back. So she just got the phone. Right? But say this, you answer the phone and say, so now I'm going to give you a different scenario with that. Gail on the phone, you answer the phone. Hey, baby. Gail on the phone, she want to talk to you. Bring me my phone. You give her the phone, you go back and sit on the couch. You know it's Gail because you answered the daggone phone. You talking on the phone. Hey, girl, look, I got Jeff on the other line. He wanted to holler at you, all right? Oh, man, she'll be having a good old conversation, skinning, grinning, laughing, this, that, and the other, whatnot. And then she come back in there as she's hanging up the phone. You know she was talking to Gail, so you think she was talking to Gail anyway, right? And she said, I told her I'm getting ready to do her hair. We get ready to do something. I'll probably be going to make about 2 hours, right? You know, about 2 hours. Now, that happened right in front of you. So you feel good about it, whatnot. And she gone. Now, she with Jeff, and they just having a good old time. You see what I'm saying?
That's that.
But you don't understand. See, in every woman is all like that.
See, that's old school.
See, I'm going to give y'all this.
Old school right there. That's a slick move.
No, it's not, because I've been Jeff before.
That was smooth.
You see what I'm saying? So, but when you learn better,
But hey, that's crazy. That's crazy. So crazy, man. They code is so tight. Women code is so tight. They do that so smooth. The fuck, man. The truth. The truth. The truth. We're talking about relationships. And the for those red flags. I talked about years ago about relation that all truths have to be consistent. If it's not consistent, then it's not. So guess what? I started to apply it to test that to see if that was accurate. It was 1,000% accurate. That's the reason I say even when it was dealing with Ezekiel on the security team and whatnot, we had to do certain things that they'll even learn that I can ask the question a bunch of different ways. To where a person gonna get confused and then they gonna switch up, especially if they learn. If they change their answer one time, just one time,
They're not telling me the truth. And then I see that. I can look at a person's face, their demeanor, especially, see the thing, we see a bunch of people in the course of a day, right? So the people that you spend more time with, you get to even feel their energy.
That's right.
You know your wife's energy.
Yeah.
Your wife knows your energy. If that energy is off at any given time in somebody's relationship, men are going to pick it up.
Oh, yeah.
And guess what? Women are going to pick it up if your energy's up.
Period.
So we're on the same level with things like that. But if a person know your ways, they know how you do certain things, right? They know when you're moving different. Just like if you pay attention to your girl, you know if she's moving differently for whatever reason. She know if you're moving differently. She can tell if you're upset about something, even if you don't say anything, because your demeanor is different than when you're okay, when everything is right, and vice versa. So depending on what's going on and who it is, let's just get up. Ask me some questions, because we're going to get into this, because this right here can take a long time. And I know you guys probably got limited. I ain't got nothing to do but run my mouth today and tell the truth.
I think you got some questions. I know you got some more questions.
Speak on it.
Interesting questions.
Speak on it.
All right, so like we was talking about with the so-called security and love and all.
Let me finish it. I'm glad you said that. Wrap this up real quick. That securities it's not just making sure that she's safe. Because safe, well, let me put it this way. Safe means a lot of different things. Safe means she's taken care of. She don't have to worry about this, right? Because you're providing, you're a provider and a protector, right? So when you're providing, you're using certain resources that she don't necessarily have to take care of herself. See, a traditional man is going to do those things. So when a woman tells you that she feels safe with you, 9 times out of 10, she's telling you that for a reason, because she feels like she's safe. She knows her needs are going to be met. You see what I'm saying? She knows that you got it.
Right.
If something needs to be taken care of, you got it.
Right.
But she's, with a wife though, she's supposed to be your helpmate. In other words, wherever you fall short at, she's supposed to pick that slack up. Now understand this, in today's society here, it's really, really tough for a man to take care of everything now, because things are just getting really ridiculous in these times. So a lot of times it's a good thing if a woman has a job or something that she can help take care of some of the little things. She's taking care of major things or whatnot. At least that's the way it should be. But everybody's going to fall short at some time, depending on what their situation is, because everybody don't have an ideal situation. But that security thing, that means she's secure with you. And see, a lot of times, like I made the statement, a woman may not necessarily be in love with you, right? But she feels safe with you. So she may marry you for the security. Because it's rough for a woman just being out there on her own. And let me give you another example why a woman should be married. Because say if she's not married, and again, Black women are the only women on the planet that I know of that say I'm what they say, a strong, independent Black woman, right? I ain't heard no other. I'm a strong, independent Asian woman. I'm a strong, independent this. Let me see. I'm getting ready to break this down for you. Let me be strong for you. I don't want a woman that need to feel like she gotta be strong. Right. Let me carry that load for you. I need you to stay soft, right? Independent, meaning, wait a minute, if you're independent, you don't need nobody. Huh? And then you're a Black woman, so wait a minute. You're strong and you're independent. Why did you always want, if you're a strong, independent Black woman, why do you want somebody to be doing something for you? Just even on the dating scene. If we go on a date or something, right? Or if men and women go on a date, why is the man always expected to pay? If you strong and how come you don't, hey, say here, I got this time. Y'all dating? See, here's the thing, a man's resources should be for his wife. For his wife. And then when women say they're the prize, oh, wait a minute. But again, hypergamy comes into play, right? And she wants somebody who got some 9 times out of 10 to say in the day is a 6 foot tall, 6-pack and making 6 figures. The average man don't make no 6 figures. The average man make about $40,000 a year. Y'all know that? The average man make about $40,000 a year. So now it's a woman, a lot of women will say a man needs to meet a certain criteria in order to date her. But wait a minute. Your situation, you can't hardly do for yourself. A lot of people, depending on the situation, you want somebody to do the thing for you that you can't do for yourself. That's just like now they got this thing going around. A guy took a woman on a date and they went to, it was a chain restaurant, but it was like his first date. And she talking about, look at me. You think why are you bringing me to this place?
Cheesecake Factory.
The cheesecake. Yeah. Now here's the thing. Wait a minute. I'm paying. This is supposed to be getting to know you.
Right.
Why am I supposed to take you on this big ideal date for you just to try to get to know you? Y'all know sometimes a woman will go on a date with you just to get the free food.
So, yeah.
He said
I'm serious.
third of the
And if any women are listening, if it's not you, trust and believe, I am not trying to offend anybody. I'm just trying to put my brothers on to what's really going on. Because if a man is seeking to have a wife, the Almighty lets him know he found a good thing. And the reason it can be a good thing, because now you're not out there dealing with whoredom.
right.
You're not out there making whores out the daughters, and the daughters ain't playing that role as being a whore. You see, because that's not a good thing. And see, here's the thing. A man finds a wife first. Okay, here goes the kicker. Then he marries her. Now, that went over some people's heads. Because that's just like in our custom, finding a wife is sort of like that engagement part, to where she says that she will be your wife. That means at that point in time, when she agrees to be your wife, she's off the market. Hopefully she don't get caught laying with somebody, because that would in itself be a death sentence right there, even though they had not had the marriage ceremony. I don't know if that's making sense to some.
That makes sense.
You see what I'm saying? So, and let me give y'all another scenario. Say you got a woman, I've said this before here, and then we're going to get into these questions again, but there's just so much in me. I tell you, I got to get it out, man, because it's like a pot boiling, you know what I'm saying? And it's coming out. It's coming out. I got so much stuff that's there that I just got to get out. I was getting ready to say something, and I lost my train of thought on it, but it's like, go ahead and ask your question, because I'm
We was talking about security, but for the most part, okay, understanding you said about value. When you look at both parties gauging their value, because like you said, a guy shouldn't be wanting to shoot for the 10, and neither should the female want to shoot for the moon as well. Or, so how do the female and how do the man gauge their value going into marriage? Because you said most men devalue themselves because, like, okay, she look a certain way or whatever, and but she got a lot of this going on. So maybe on the vice versa. Because you were saying that the way he had divided himself.
No, for a man, the way he conducts himself, and he's doing things that he shouldn't be doing. That's how he's going to devalue himself,
right?
Because he don't really know how to love himself. And if he don't know how to love himself, then he don't know how to love somebody else. And a woman devalues herself in the same way. See, a lot of times the woman devalues herself because she don't know how to love herself, so she gets her so-called love away.
So when do you think, say for instance, what I'm trying to get at is this, okay, it's like I'm going to the store with a certain amount of money in my pocket.
Okay.
So that's my value. That's my sexual marketplace value, right? So now, if, say for instance, like somebody like Solomon, of course he can have multiple wives, he can afford it. He can afford a dime and all that. He can afford it.
What do you call it now?
Or a dime, in other words. I would say a very, very fair, good-looking model type of female.
No, I understand that's what other people might call it down. Because visual, right? And other people look at it's fake these days, right? So if you took a Not to say that any women who may be watching, but I'm just getting the self facts here. You have to take the weave off, tell her to pop off the color contact lenses, take off the lashes, tell her to take off the daggone makeup, tell her to pull off them daggone nails and ask her to get them implants out if she got implants or whatnot, and tell her you just want to see her natural. And if she agreed to do that, which, you know, it's been happen anyway, right? So without that, people say that when you put that to the dime, and people do that to enhance their beauty, right? But without that, where do the beauty come from? See, for me, that dime is when that woman from the inside is like she's just genuine. She ain't got to be ugly or mop bucket or nothing like that, but she's fair. She ain't bad on my eyes or whatnot. But she got your back. She got this, that, and the other. She just got a good spirit. You see what I'm saying? She ain't argumentative, this, that, and the other. Now, for me, that's just for me. And a lot of older people, that's a dime right there. That's a dime.
Yeah.
If you say, baby, you know, she knows that you like this one particular bubble gum. I don't chew bubble gum. But that bubble gum is in, say, Kentucky, right? And your baby say, hey, I'll go get that for you. I'll go get that. And you say, oh, you ain't got to go that far. Hey, don't. That's what you like? I got it. A dime is somebody who got your back.
Right.
They all the way. A dime ain't somebody who's faking like they beautiful, this, that, and the other. And again, no offense, as a man, I'm just kicking it with you guys and we just talking, right? In other words, we're giving the game away. I see these young girls, even at the school, who got these weaves on. They keep a brush in their hand.
Is that a 10?
But no, I'm just saying, like, in other words, trying to gauge the marketplace. So say, for instance, now on the other side, right? Say if the female is, you know, got multiple kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
What type of value of a man should she look for? You get what I'm saying? Because the thing is, right now,
Let me stop right there.
damage control. So
Okay, let me tell you this right here. Let me share this with you. Because I know people, including myself, who've been through situations like that, right? When a person, say if a man gets involved with a woman, and say she has multiple children, say she's got 2 or 3 children herself already, right?
right,
And he don't have any children at all.
right.
Now I'm just finna keep this real with you. Okay, I'm gonna give you 2 different scenarios, but I'm gonna keep it real with you, right?
Right.
Say if your son come home and he's of age, and he tell you about this woman that he's really feeling. He says she's got 2 children. There's a baby father that's involved, or baby fathers that's involved. Either way, because we talking about the way the world is today, right? And then he tell you about this other woman that he like, and she's fine. He say both of them fine. Both of them got good energy, good spirits.
What up, Dan?
But this other one don't have no children whatsoever.
Right.
And this young man, he definitely wants to have some children of his own so he can create his own legacy. You see what I'm saying? But the woman who's already got a couple of children say she definitely don't want to have no more children, which means he's going to be raising her children, right? And he's not going to get any of his own, right? Versus this other woman that he's feeling both of them. This one don't have any children. She wants to have children. He wants to have children. If you're going to give your son some advice, so we take you out the equation, which one would you tell your son that would be a better option for him? So he's been seeing both of them. So he wants to settle down. He ain't slept with neither one of them. He ain't slept with neither one of them. But he wants to settle down. He knows this is going to be something he needs to deal with over here. And he ain't getting no children about that one, right? And this one over here, she's just as fair to look on, right? They're roughly both the same age or something, right? Or maybe say this one older, this one younger. Or this one younger with the children, and this one older right here, but not too much older than him. But neither one of them might not be it.
I would tell my son to go with the one that don't have no kids.
And why would you do that?
Because
That's what I would do, but why would you do that?
he can start his own legacy.
Not only that, he ain't gonna have to deal with no other drama from any of those baby fathers or any daggone thing. It's not gonna be that extra load, that extra stress on it. But then when somebody say, well, why would you tell me that? And you came from a single mother yourself. Do that mean, hold on, that we gotta keep repeating the cycle that's not good? Right. That's what I would say.
Right. So in other words, you saying that.
See, bless all the single parent mothers. Bless all of them. They're going to do the best that they can. But do that mean we got to keep that cycle going? And see, because of that, that's why a man ain't trying to leave his relationship. Most serious men, good men, they're not trying. Look, a man will put up with a lot of stuff until he just can't take it no more. I know men who've been like that. They'll put up with a lot till they just cannot take it no more. It gets to the point where it starts to get just really stressful. You see what I'm saying?
So what? That's what I'm saying. Now we've seen it from the son's point of view. Now what about if the daughter's point of view? Now say for instance you wasn't in your daughter's life, right? For any reason, and you got back into her life to give her advice, but she happened to have multiple children. What do she do?
Well, let me tell you this. If a man has not been in his daughter's life and she end up with multiple children, it's probably, and it's sad to say, but I'm just going to tell the truth because that's what we hear about, right?
It's true.
It's most likely already too late for that because decisions have already been made. Now, I have a young daughter right now who's 16. Ain't been involved with no boy. I personally know that myself. Ain't been involved with no boys. Ain't never kissed a boy. Ain't held one of them's hand. None of that. Not unless I'm serious.
It's beautiful.
And maybe her little brother. You see what I'm saying?
It's beautiful.
But my thing is, if I have anything to do with it, if I'm alive and my daughter gets to that point, I'm definitely going to have something to do with who she marries. Ain't no ifs, ands, and buts about that. Because see, by me knowing men and knowing women,
right?
I'm going to guard my daughter. See, here's the thing: we love our sons, but there's something about our daughters. Oh,
Got it.
oh no. And see, that's why we end up in a position today because a lot of, again, single parent households and the mother's raising the daughter. I'm going to tell y'all the truth, man. Like I've been saying here. I work in the school system, right? And the girls are horrible for the most part. Not every single one, but the vast majority is.
That's right.
The vast majority, and guess what? The vast majority of the students that come from our communities come from single parent households run by mom or grandma or something. So here, when they acting a fool, and I get cussed out and disrespected by little girls, and constantly on a work day, constantly. And I know, because when I ask them, you know, when I can do this, I say, you live with just your mother, don't you? Yeah. How do I know that? They showing me that because if a man ain't gonna let his daughter act like that in the house. And when I'm talking to these little boys and they go to pouting, doing all this type of stuff, you live with your sister, don't you? 99.99% of the time, I am accurate. I'm accurate. If a man's house is out of order, if you have a household and you're not in that. Actually, you can't have a house if you ain't there. Say if you're a father, but you're not in the house, and you ain't been in the house in a long time. 9 times out of 10, your daughter, your son gonna become a product of their environment. That environment in the house and that environment, say like if they're school ages, the environment in the school.
That's right.
And either way, it's gonna be bad.
That's right.
Either way, it's gonna be bad because you're not gonna be there for the correction.
So okay, moving forward as the house of Israel, right? Say, for instance, like how the Muslims move, how they changed women from prostitutes and cleaned up men from pimps and all that. Is it possible to change the overall essence of that woman from, because the thing is, we know, like you said, a lot of our young daughters are getting turned out at a young age. You know, like even now, it's even worse now.
I can answer that question just like this before you finish. That depends on that woman. That depends solely on that woman. What's her motivation to change? It depends on her situation. If she feel like she's doing better the way she is because she's getting certain help, so she has to learn how to love herself more so that she can learn how to love her children, because I'm sure she wouldn't want her children in the same predicament that she's in. So that depends on the mind state of that woman. And see, a lot of times we deal with trauma and we don't realize we're dealing with trauma that comes from like maybe years back. You know, it ain't been all that long ago that I personally myself had a little breakdown. I had to realize that it came from when stuff that when I was much younger, because boys have been taught, you know, be a man and just that and the other. You know, you ain't, and we've never had emotional outlets.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? Because if you share certain feelings with, say, your woman, that ain't gonna go too well.
No.
Because they're gonna look at you know, every man know that. Will you agree with that?
Oftentimes, in many cases, they use the truth against you.
If you tell them something like that, one of your friends, you get into an argument, they're gonna get your wife. See, most men have been through that. And women will even tell you, don't tell another woman. So women will tell you that. Because they will tell you, we will use it against you. See, you get some women who will give men, like I'm explaining something right now.
Yeah.
A woman knows a woman's nature. A man knows a man's nature, but guess what? If he's older, that he's had experience with multiple women and this, that, and the other, he learns that nature because he's been dealing with it.
Yep.
See, I'm gonna share something, and I'm a completely different person today, but I'm gonna share how I got a lot of my information, some of it. I've been getting data and information from different sources a long time. There was once a time, and looking back on it, it ain't nothing that I'm proud of, but there was once a time that I had a bunch of girlfriends, and they all knew about it. And I'm talking about it at the same time. We go out together.
That's what's up.
There was once a time that I went coming in there one that, you know, like I say, this don't sound good right now, but see, I can't hide nothing. You see what I'm saying? Because the Almighty already know. I don't want people to do like I do. I had one, my big one. She was like, if y'all have a problem, talk to her. You know, take her home, come back and stand the others, whatnot. So I used to live a different life. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. We go right over to the branches or something, be a couple of tables together. They're my girlfriends. They're me right there. I wasn't no pimp or nothing. I know I shouldn't say that, but you know what I'm saying? My thing is, I'm not that person now. So I know that it's not just that. You see what I mean?
You were married to him, it wouldn't be an issue though, right?
It wouldn't be an issue if I was married to him. And see, that's why I'm confused. See, my thing is, I can't be a hypocrite. So I would expose some things and say I had to learn from those things.
That's right.
Because I was younger. You see what I'm saying? I was foolish. I was young and foolish. And see, the thing about it is, I knew better. But remember I said sometimes you gotta bump your head?
Right.
Before you gotta just keep bumping your head before you just start giving up that willful act right.
Okay, now if the female that did, like you said, the female that is you know, having kids or whatever, if she is looking to get married, you said, you know, she might as well, you know, call it, but say for instance, her desire is truly to be a wife. What type should she gauge for?
Okay, after what? If
she got the kids.
If she got the kids,
What?
give me a description of her.
say she's fair, or
No, not behavior.
or say she could be feminine. She could be effeminate. She could be even if she turned herself to feminine, cooperative, and submissive, and like
You know when no, but I will be offended.
cooperative.
I'm offended. God, you're female. You're female. For real. And this wasn't somebody that's perceived to be butch or something. This was a female. And I referred to her as a female.
Right.
And she was offended. See, modern times, man, have really warped some minds. But I don't want you to lose your train of thought. Please keep talking.
I'm saying, how do you? Where do she get? Because you said that you would tell your son not to. But what man do she can get or can find?
If her spirit is right, you see what I'm saying? If her spirit is right and she's conducting herself a certain way, there's hope. There's definitely hope. There's definitely hope. I myself, like I say, listen, I married a woman who had children. I said that I would never have married a woman who had a child after, because I was in a different situation prior to that. And I was lied to. And that marriage did not work out. And I was all in with that. You see what I'm saying? I said I would never marry a woman after that. See, because my thing is, I didn't just want to be out there and just being on a date and seeing it, going to this woman or that woman. That ain't who I am.
Right.
I aspire to be married and stay married. But when that marriage ended and that she had, like I said, she had already had a child, right? And when that relationship ended, I said I'd never get involved again with a woman who already got babies. But I married one. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So there is hope. But here's what people got to watch out for. A lot of times when people first get together, 9 times out of 10, that man might be, well, let's say a great possibility. There's a high percentage that man is sending a representative. But even more so, I shouldn't even say 9 times out of 10 with a man, more so with a woman.
Right.
She's going to be sending a representative. You're going to meet that representative. And as time goes on, see, they're going to only hold it for so long. Even guys, they're going to only hold it for so long. And that's the reason I say all men aren't created equal.
Right.
Because you got some good men out there, and all women ain't good, all men ain't good. But if there's a good woman and a good man, let's say that good woman, she ain't going to send no representative. That good man, he ain't sending no representative. They're going to be who they are.
A question: with a female that do got kids, does she have any chance to compete? Or say, for instance, if you was like, for instance, you a single man with no kids, right? And then you got a woman over here that got 3 kids, and you got one woman that got no kids. But the woman with 3 kids is more submissive or whatever at the time being, because everything maybe changed later on.
It's a 3 children or something.
Yeah. So, and then the one with no kids, do you still think that the no child woman will override the 3 child woman?
That depends on the man. That depends on the man. See, again, because men determine who they're going to marry.
Right.
So that depends on the man. So I wouldn't say that it's that the woman with 3 children is out of the equation or anything. That depends on what's more pleasing to that man. Now, I would think that if this woman didn't want to have any more children, and he didn't have any children,
Right.
then those 3 children will probably be a disqualifier for her because he can't have any children of his own.
That's deep.
You see what I'm saying? And it wouldn't be fair for him just to take on somebody else's responsibility and not be able to have any children for his own legacy. Because see, that's how that man lives on through his children. See, here's the thing. When a man have sons, right, their sons take on wives, right? And their wives take their sons' last name. When they have children, when my son have sons, and their sons have sons, and their sons have sons, that's how you keep living, because all those come from you.
Right.
So you see what I'm saying? They come from you.
Right.
So that's just like, I come from my father, but my father came from his father, and it's like it's passed down.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? So you came from a bunch of people if you look at it that way. So when you have a son, and then your son have a son, that's you. And your son's son have a son, that's you.
Right.
So we got a lot of different pieces of people in us.
Okay.
See, if a woman, if you have a daughter, she gonna get married off, y'all. Well, she'll get married off, she'll be another man's wife, right? But when they have children and say he have a son, they come from him.
That's right.
So that's his legacy.
It says yours. That's deep. So with the state of, say for instance, that even when you look at Israel, what do you think will improve the overall relationships that's going on? Even if we just look at Israel as our group,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? Because the divorce rate is high.
Let me tell you something about the divorce rate since you said it. Our black women here are divorced at a 33% higher rate than any other nationality.
Right.
The least married, that door is giving us an echo while it's not in here. You know what I'm saying? The least married at all the different nationalities, right?
Right.
But are divorced at a 33% higher rate than all the other nationalities.
So how do we fix this situation that's going on?
Well, that's like going back to the drawing board. But people are accustomed to doing what they've been used to doing.
Right.
In order to change, an individual has to want to change. But see, we're talking about a multitude of people. And everybody's not going to necessarily see things the way you see them or the way I see them. So I think we're in pretty much a lot of trouble right now. A lot of trouble. Some people will ultimately change. Some.
So where would you start to even put yourself in what environments? Because we know that even when it comes, even what the scripture said, the sons of Elohim came and Satan came also. So it's nowhere getting away from
Right.
spoiled apples.
What do you think I'm doing right now? I'm trying to give out some information, hoping that our sons and our daughters change. That's my purpose of being here right now. And I know, see, here's the thing. Sometimes when an individual tells the truth, some people are going to be upset about it.
Right.
But again, I say the only people that will be affected by it either way are those that are guilty. That's the reason I have to give examples and say, I've been guilty of doing this. I've been guilty of doing that. So to answer your question, to change the scenario, so to speak,
Yeah.
that's going to be, if I wait on Israel, just Israel alone, not the rest of them, if I wait on Israel to make a move, I'll be waiting. No, for real. So it's up to the individual. It's up to there's a saying, it sounds cliche, but it's true. If you want to see, here's the thing.
It's
Here's
powerful.
Whoever's say we had 10 people that's watching this podcast right now. I don't know how many, but say we had 10 people watching this podcast right now. Everybody's not going to hear the same thing, even though the words haven't changed. Everybody's not going to see it. To keep saying, if we were all watching a movie, you're going to watch it through your own lenses. I'm going to watch it through my lenses. He's going to watch it through his lenses. We're all going to pick up probably something different. We might be able to agree on something after the movie's over when we discuss it. But I might not necessarily see it the way you saw it, even though we watched the same thing. If a person came in this room and say it's 10 people in here, and they rushed in the room and snatched the purse out and then ran back out, and then we sitting there after the fact and we talking about what happened. Somebody come in and ask them what happened. I guarantee you, everybody's not going to say the same thing. Everybody didn't see the same thing. Somebody might say, hey, get to know this person, take them out here, see how they act, see how they interact with certain people. She gonna want to see how if you go to a restaurant, she might want to see how you interact with the people who wait on you. You know, if you're an arrogant type of person or whatnot, if you belittle the help or whatnot, and just put them in different environments. You know, have honest conversations. But look, we've been here a long time, and I got to some questions, and my whole topic was going to be about respect and disrespect. Right. And I'm basing this, and hopefully we got some women that's on the audience right now. At least I want to get to these questions because there's a lot besides these questions that I had. And so I want this to be pertained to just boyfriend, girlfriend relationships, even though y'all might don't condone that. Or marriages, because we know there's a lot of people that's dealing with the same issues, whether they're married or just in relationship, right? Right. And so I had to write down some things based on information that I've gotten and whatnot. So what I want to do is I want to offer the female audience out there, I want to offer them a simple test just to determine if, certain behaviors are likely to be perceived by a man as disrespect. Right? So the female audience, do we have any females out there right now?
A lot of people been in and out.
Okay.
But if any females here, y'all can go ahead and
okay. Because see, what I want to do is, and this is with respect to any behavior, okay? Because what I am saying is when you have, say like your professional relationship. And in your professional relationship, say your boss is a male.
Okay.
Versus your intimate relationship, right? And you're dealing with a man. I had to write some things down because I didn't want to forget certain things and I didn't take time to remember them. But this is deep. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read this here first. And then I'm going to ask these questions. So I'm going to offer the women in the audience a really simple test to determine if a behavior is likely to be perceived as disrespectful to a man. With respect to any behavior, just ask yourself, would I say the same thing in the same way to my boss if I were interested in keeping my job? If the answer to that question is no, you potentially have a disrespectful behavior on your hands. Now, if you were interested in keeping your job, would you roll your eyes at your boss? And I say that because a lot of times, her eyes at you. Of course. Man, right? Right? And I want women to be honest. If you answer that, you just type it in. Would you be dismissive of your boss's feedback? If your boss gave you some feedback, would you be dismissive? Now, these questions are if you were interested in keeping your job. Right. Okay? Because I'm trying to determine that a lot of times, well, we're going to go through this. That same question. Would you complain angrily? If you got an issue, would you just be going off on your boss with your complaint? If you were interested in keeping your job.
Not.
Keep in mind now, on your job, that's an at-will situation. You volunteer to be in that situation for money, for a paycheck.
Right.
Right?
Yeah. And
now all these behaviors, you know, and I'm going to name a few more, we deal with those. Right? Would you respond to your boss's request sarcastically? If your boss asked you to do something, would you respond to it sarcastically? As a female, as a woman. Because I'm sure that all of our relationships, whether it's a current relationship or a way past relationship or whatever, that you've had these situations, right? Most men have. Would you nag your boss to comply with your demands? Are these real things? I mean, are these real things? Have you ever dealt with it? Yes, because I need the listening audience to see it from a man's perspective. Because see, this thing is respect versus disrespect.
That's right.
So that's the reason I'm saying, would a woman do those same things or say those same things the same way to their employer, their boss? And that's on your professional relationship. Instead of doing it, you'll do it on your intimate relationship, but not on your professional. So why is this man gonna get more respect? Let me finish it. Would you mutter up under your breath when your boss talk to the meeting? Like if you right there, would you do that in front of your boss? In front of other people? If you wanted to keep your job? Would you talk badly about your boss to your coworkers behind his back? Somebody gonna go back and tell. Would you tease your boss? Would you be openly indifferent or uninterested in your boss's proposals? In other words, he proposes that you do this, that, and the other. Would you openly act like that? If you're interested in keeping your job. Would you mock your boss's attempts to maintain order in the workplace?
It's a good one.
Would you mock his attempts? Who do you think you are trying to tell us what we can do here or not? He's your boss. He's trying to maintain order and discipline. Come on. Now, we do know for most of us anyway, that ain't gonna happen. And for the 0.1% of those who say, well, yeah, I'll mock my boss because we got a playful relationship like that on the job or whatnot. Would you do it in front of other co-workers or clients? You wouldn't do that because you know it's going to be perceived to be another way. Definitely unprofessional and disrespectful. So what I'm saying is, if we do things like that, if we wouldn't do that to our employer, or women, if you wouldn't do that to your employer, but you do that to your potential husband or your husband if you're married or whatnot, then why does that boss on that professional level get more respect than the man that you have an intimate relationship with? Now, again, I know somebody gonna say, well, I do that, but I asked the question, are you gonna disrespect him in a playful way because y'all play or something? If he has clients there and he told you to do something, or in front of other coworkers, because if you do it in front of other coworkers, then the boss, see, here's the thing. And if your boss would put up with that type of behavior, then that woman who's doing that with her man, she should probably go try to have a relationship with her boss. Because her boss, she say he'd be okay with it or whatnot. I would tend to think that most people who do that gonna get fired. What you think? You kind of quiet over there. What you think?
I already know the answer to the questions. Most women,
Speak on.
most of the questions that you ask, they're not going to have that same energy towards their employee. And it's really sad for real, especially to those that know the Most High and that know the fear of Yah. When the Almighty told us a woman's position and a husband's position, it's not just blatant disrespect to him. It's disrespectful toward the Almighty and his order.
And the Almighty definitely has order.
Yes, indeed.
Definitely has order.
And that's a good way to lose favor in the eyes of the Almighty as a woman.
But do you think that it's the Babylonian mentality still ingrained in a lot of the sisters' psyche when they
Absolutely.
take into
Absolutely.
relationship?
Absolutely. That's the reason I say you cannot keep the Almighty's laws with a modern mindset. A man or a woman, you're not going to keep the Almighty's laws wholeheartedly if you have a modern day mindset. Tradition comes from the law.
That's right.
So if you're a traditional man, you might not realize it, but those things that men generally do that are traditional are established by way of the law. Like right now, you have women calling other women pick-me's if they cook for their man.
Right.
You ain't his mother. Why you cooking for him? Why you cleaning for him? Hold on. A man gave you a house, you turn it into a home.
Right.
Right? He buy some food, you make it a meal.
Yeah.
He give you a seed, you get him a baby or babies.
For real talk.
So what the woman should be doing is multiplying the things that a man give her, but that man is supposed to be that provider. That's the reason I said a woman will marry a man for security. And that's okay. But the difference is she respecting it?
Yeah.
Every man that I did would probably say, agree with this right here. If you could only have one thing, either love or respect.
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 Why? Because here's the thing. When you respect somebody, that's just like if a person, an elder, or somebody came around that you really appreciate, you're going to make sure you're always respectful. You're going to make sure they see you in a good light all the time. Well, that same thing should apply to your husband.
I'm gonna take it a step further and say fear.
You see what I'm saying? See, here's what's really going on.
Yeah.
The women today and some of the men who don't know. So it's our job to teach them. First of all, if we don't fear the Almighty enough, you see what I'm saying? We're going to go against His word based on our feelings. And because women live on women love emotional variety. Y'all know that? Emotional
I ain't never heard that.
Listen, that's the reason, listen to me. That's the reason, like, when they're young, they like the bad boys. They wouldn't want somebody like you who just working and trying to take care of your business and this, that, and the other. They like that up and that down. That's the reason back then you see a guy whooping his girl behind this, that, and the other. Couldn't get rid of her. Couldn't get rid of her. Because she knew it was always going to be something exciting, this, that, and the other. But as they got older and she saw that wasn't going nowhere other than just having babies, you see what I'm saying? Wasn't going to be no marriage or anything like that. Then that's when they started looking for the good guy. And that's women, think about it. This is women's nature in general, because here's the thing. Women love excitement.
Period.
If you just go to work and you come home, you know what you are to that woman? Boring. You're boring.
I got a question, Elder.
Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm lying.
Do you think Genesis 1 and 4? Genesis 3 and 16 should be also in the mindset of the man? Because I'm seeing that a lot of I'm seeing a lot of brothers put themselves in a submissive role from the beginning. So it's almost like, I ain't gonna say you spoil the situation, but you can't expect a female to
Respect that man will put himself in that submissive role. And it's not going to happen. And a lot of guys end up doing that, especially like if they have children in a relationship, they're not trying to tear that household apart. You see what I'm saying? It comes from that emasculation. That's why a man wants a woman who's going to be fit and friendly, who's going to be submissive. And I'm speaking for all men right now. I'm talking about me and men. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because those are basics. So when you talk about a man being see, the man's punishment is in Genesis 3 and 17. Read that 3 and 17. That's working to the sweat. You're getting out there to take care so you can have those resources.
But I'm saying that the man is not, nowadays, they're not being raised to demand Genesis 3 and 16.
You're right. Why? Because they're being raised with just a mother, and that mother is teaching them to be simps. They don't realize
That's what I'm saying.
The mother don't realize
And this is why I believe that the females got to be going with the bad guy, because the bad guy is exhibited Genesis 3 and 16.
You want to say, here's the thing. No, the bad guy is the bad boy, should I say. When I say that emotional variety, they know it's going to be always something. He's the street guy. He's the Pookie. He's the Ray Ray. He's the one that got all the girls out there. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
See, some guys, they can have this girlfriend, but they girlfriend know that he's dealing with a bunch of other different women.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? But in a lot of cases, she won't go nowhere because women want a man that other women desire. If a woman don't know other women desire him, she ain't gonna be interested in him.
Right.
Generally, women like men that other women find attractive or find something to them. You see them? When I was younger, I could be out with my woman at the time and be at a club or something, right? And another woman come to me, literally, I swear to you. She come to me, and this ain't just on one occasion or something, come to me trying to talk to me, want to shake my hand, but she's sliding a little piece of paper in my hand, and I don't know it. It's got her name and number on it. Because she seen me with other women. What I would do at that time, because like I was an open book, I just get to it. I get to the woman. I swear, that's straight up true.
Do you believe that the female is naturally polygamous or polygamy or because what I'm saying, like you said, that
Answer that again for me.
Of course. Any woman talking about it, she not like that, she perfect.
If you were in she got some Instagram or something, and she's going to be moving. You want to ask her to be your wife, right? And so you asked her, did you have intention you want y'all take the next step and you want to be married, and you asked her to take that Facebook stuff down with all these pictures on Instagram with all these different sexy pictures and poses and angles and all that on there. And if you want to take that down, let her go. Because that's like, she don't want something that's better, and you just ain't the one at that time. You see what I'm saying? Because if she was all for you, then all of that she got posted should be for you. So she should be willing to take that down right away. Say, no problem, let's go. Why would you want somebody else lusting and looking after your woman? She putting all these sexy photos up. Why would she want that? For the dopamine hit? Same reason a lot of women do that. And again, women gonna get mad at me. This is about schooling males and females. Do you see what I'm saying? Because it could be the same thing where a man be up there showing a lot of stuff, right? And if she asks him to take it down, you have to appease one another. But see, we know as being men, you know the nature of men. You told me a little scenario earlier about how somebody going behind your back. And usually it's somebody close to you. Usually when if you have your woman around, say like your best friend a lot or whatnot, right? And eventually, even if you're not there or something, there is going to be a certain chemistry that comes from that.
Yeah.
It ain't going to necessarily all the time be a sexual chemistry, but there's going to be some chemistry there. You see what I'm saying? And sometimes that's acted on.
Yeah, I've been in probably like 3 situations like that, but they was each one of them was different. That one I was telling you about, we just so happened to be interested in the same woman,
Mm-hmm.
but he wasn't honest with me about it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh yeah, bro, I like her. Ooh. You know what I'm saying? Cause he obviously saying that I was interested in her.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But meanwhile, while I'm talking to her, he texting her. You know what I mean? And she telling me what's going on, like, and he don't know that I know this about him though. And I seen the change up in how our relationship, we didn't really have a deep relationship, but he was playing me from a distance a little bit. He didn't even want to be in my presence like that for real. And I was like, man, all this over a woman, bro.
You know what?
Yeah.
That's just like I said, anybody who get offended at this, what I'm saying, they're guilty in one way or another, because if you don't apply to them, why would you feel any kind of way whatsoever? It's not applicable to you. Let me tell you, all women are not marriage material. And guess what? All men are not marriage material. Because all men, see, when I talk about the situation with women, I'm not blowing up and saying that men are great. I'm not saying that at all. Let me be perfectly clear with that. See, a bad man, all men are people.
That's right.
Every man, it's like when you have a child, like when you were the child, you had determined as you grew up whether you were going to be a good man or not.
That's right.
Same thing with women. When they're little, as they grow older, in their teen years or whatever, they have to determine whether they're going to be a good woman or not. So how would a person want to spend a lot of time in a relationship and it turns out just to be not a good fit, but they waited years and all this in that relationship? Generally, 85% of women, they initiate their divorce. You know that? Mm. Check out the stats yourself. Those are the ones who walk away. That's the reason I can say by statistics that it's not the men who walk away from the relationships. When a man walk away, it's probably because he just couldn't take it too much more. You know what I'm saying? Some who just butt bags and, you know, they weren't planning on staying no way.
Right.
So I don't want to just make it sound like all guys are good. Not at all. You got some just straight up dogs.
That's right.
But a woman know who you laying down with.
That's right. So back to when you were saying with the relationship on dating, and you said that one liking the other or more than the other or whatever. How do you know that she's liking you more than you like her, or what? All right. In other words, because we know that when we talk about validation, right? Mm-hmm. We got male sexual validation, then we got attention validation. In other, we know that female love attention. That's their intimacy, or that's what they love, mm-hmm. is their attention. You know what I mean? And we know that men like sexual validation, in other words. Mm-hmm. So we know that in a dating scene, you take sex out the equation, right? How can the rest, the same type of equal validation that he's getting his non-sexual attention to accommodate? Because, beforehand, it's like back in the day, of course, if you go on a certain amount of dates, this was just, even though it was the wrong thing.
First date, you're intimate. Sometimes on the first date, you're intimate. If a woman gave it up on the first date, you ain't supposed to fool with her. But you shouldn't be fooling with anybody. We shouldn't be fooling with anybody.
But we knew that the female wasn't trying to play him or trying to, finesse him or, that she was into you or whatever, because 9 out of 10, if the female like you, even though they say that it's bad to do on the first date, but sometimes the female just really liked the guy and she did that on the first date. But then the one that she didn't like, she's milking the clock. So she gonna go to 30 days or 90 days or whatever without the intimacy, right? So since we took intimacy out of the equation, now what can the female do to reciprocate that non-sexual attention? In other words, like, what can she do to let somebody know that, okay, I'm giving you the same output?
She can listen. And not only listen, she can respond accordingly. If a man is setting boundaries, say, this is what he needs in a relationship. But I got to be perfectly honest with you and hear what I'm saying here. Men are very simple. And that's the reason sex shouldn't even come into the equation until after marriage, because if you ask women, especially, I used to make jokes a long time ago, say, if you want to stop having sex, get married. I was saying that before I was married to a woman, because like I say, I've been in it. No, listen to what I'm saying, because this is so serious. Let me show you how men and women are so different. You've dated a lot of women. Right. You've dated other women before, right? In the dating process, and I'm going to use myself for example again, not justifying it, but when you're just dating, not that it should be, so I'm not justifying. That's like this right here. After a person gets married, for some reason, and you can check with women on this, check with older women, whoever. Don't check with the young girls. They, what I'm saying? They, like rabbits and all this sort of type of stuff. But sex stops. Men are so simple. You got 3 things that's on the top of their list. Sex being one of the highest things on there. And that's the reason why that's the reason, one of the reasons I got married, because I didn't want to be out trying to make the women whores. So you see what I'm saying? And I'd be a whoremonger.
Right.
So that's supposed to be a benefit of marriage, right? Not only sex, right? But then you have intimate conversations. You see, feed me, give me peace. For that, you get rewarded with me taking care of everything else that I need to be taken care of. So it sounds like the man is the prize. If the man is going to take care of a lot of different responsibilities, he's added responsibility. But you got to understand this. Your woman is either going to be an asset or a liability. If you know you're going to handle now, how does she become a liability? If you're putting out all these different resources and whatnot, any man is putting out the resources, because that's what we should do if we're traditional, right?
Right.
Because you love this person. You don't mind doing those things. You see what I'm saying? You're going to do them. They don't necessarily even have to ask you to do them. If it's in you to do them and you have the resources, that's just something you're going to do.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But for some reason, and I'm not talking about when a person is necessarily older, the sex might stop. It might stop with you. It might not stop though. It might stop with you, because a lot of people commit adultery. A lot of people, we're going to just keep it real, right? Because there's a lot of men that you can see on the internet saying they will never get married. You know why? Because they're talking about all the different wives that they done slept with.
Tragic.
Because they literally talk about, you get on there, do your own research. I like to hear things. I like to know about a lot of different things. So therefore, I have to research a lot of different things. And so I look here, I look there. You know what I'm saying? That's just like, say, if you met a woman at the club, right? And she's not wearing a wedding ring or anything at all like that. So you don't, listen. So you hooking up with her, right?
Right.
And you never asked her if she was married because she wasn't wearing a ring. But check it out. If you actually say, I used to be with somebody, I ain't with them now. I ain't been with that person in 10 years, right? Mm-hmm. But say she never got a divorce. She's still married, but they're separated. They never got a divorce. Then guess what? Now you done jacked yourself up because you done lied with a woman that was married. That's adultery. And she didn't tell you she was separated. Because if a woman tell you that she's separated, and she can say she's been separated 10 years, see me after you get your divorce. Right. See, my thing is just, man, let me tell you something. I don't call myself perfect or anything like that, man, but I swear to you, I'm trying my best to live by the law. I'm trying my best, man. Look, I am trying to get, I'm saying this because I don't mind, man. Listen, you ain't, regardless of what I'm talking about, whether I'm talking about homosexuality, this and that, I'm not going to shut up. I'm not going to shut up. I'm not going to fear this man more than I fear the Almighty.
Right.
So anybody who get offended at anything that I say on here, hey, they have to ask themselves, why are they offended if it don't pertain to them?
Yeah.
So basically what you're saying with the simple terms of, okay, we ain't having sex or whatever in the dating time period. So I need to tell her what I want, or
I'll sit down at the table and have a conversation, and you ask her what's her perspective on marriage. And ask her what does she, and then you can start telling her what you know based on the scriptures, what you would like, to see if she's in line with what you would like based on the law. Do you see what I'm saying?
She start doing it then?
No.
That's what I'm saying.
See, here's where a lot of relationships go bad. Some of these guys are really smooth with their mouth, and they'll talk to a woman saying what he want in a marriage, but he ain't talking about marrying her no way soon. But he expecting her to do wifely things.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? See, some guys are really slick. They're training the woman in the way that they want her to be, but they're not trying to marry her. And he might even have another relationship down the street or around the corner or the next community or whatnot.
Right.
But he want her to cook and do all this type of stuff and clean. And
That's what I'm trying to figure out, because like when you look at the situation of dating, it seemed like the female just soaking up.
I know we've been here. You tell me we can't go no more, man. But the bottom line is, say, like, if you see a woman, she's, you know, men are really, she's fine. She got enough to eat. This doesn't know. She's fine. Right? Say she's 30, 32, 35, single. Have you ever considered there's a reason why she's single? What do you think, King? You over there into the business aspect of this right here. I need you to chime in on some things. So if you see a woman and she said she just can't find a man, that don't mean she ain't been sleeping with a man. That mean ain't no man proposed to her. Ain't no man said, I want to make you my wife. Right? So say she's 30 years old. Let's add 5 more years. Now she's 35. Same woman. Let's add another 3 more years. Now she's 38. She still ain't married. She out there though. Right? She look good. According to what the eyesight see. You have any ideas why she might not be married?
Software.
She might be just miss right now. But see, here's the thing. Just like I said, a lot of women, they might post up these sexual pictures and this, that, and the other. Right? But she might not have the qualities that a man is looking for in a wife. See, again, you got Miss Right and you got Miss Right Now. Miss Right, she get wifed up. But Miss Right Now, if you know the way this particular woman is or whatnot, and she's been out there and she's doing her thing, that ain't what a man. That ain't what a man wants.
Eventually, them colors gonna show too.
That ain't what a man wants. And see, a lot of women, they think because they get a lot of likes and they can decide who they lay with, and they laying with a lot of different men or this, that, and the other, that they got options. No, you don't. You just got options on who you laying with. Because if somebody wanted to wife you up and take you off the market, it wouldn't have happened. See, as the older a person gets and they get set in a certain ways, who knows? She might have a mouth on her. She might have, you know what I'm saying? Might have a lot of qualities that's not really desired by a man, but she can really throw it at you. I ain't trying to be funny. I'm trying to understand this stuff because it'll be better for them. So I hope that some probably will get mad, but I'm trying to tell you so that you don't have to put yourself through this.
Right.
I'm trying to let women know that all men aren't necessarily good men. They will lay with you. But they're not interested in marrying you. They're not interested in making you the mother of their children because they know how you are. If they know you've been with this person, you're just having a good time and this and the other. No. A lot of women don't realize that from the time they start giving their virginity to a person, right, and they're devaluing themselves, they don't realize that's what they're doing because they're thinking, oh, he likes me. No, that's something completely different than he want to marry me. Because that should be the thing. A woman's desire, again, the greatest honor that a woman can have outside of being a queen, and right now we don't really have one, and there can only be one when we do have one, right? It's to be a man's wife.
Sure.
It ain't never been to be a man's girlfriend. Because that means if he ain't wifing you up, even if y'all have been together for 5, 6, 7 years, and you still his girlfriend, why hasn't he married you?
That's right.
They don't look at it that way. He didn't have any intentions on marriage.
That's right.
Guys are deceptive like that. And women fall for it because they like him. You see what I'm saying? It shouldn't take that, man, listen. It should not take that long for a man to decide if he want to marry a woman or not.
Take like a few months.
It don't even necessarily have to take a few months. If that chemistry is right, this, that, and the other, you haven't really met a representative. I married my wife 7 months after I met her.
Oh, that's what's up. That's a blessing.
On the 18th of next month, we've been together. It'll be 18 years in June. But 17 years on the 18th of next month. Man,
That's love. That's love.
Yeah, that's beautiful. That's a blessing.
Man.
My wife had 7 children when I married her. Now tell me that's going to happen for most women. Tell me that's going to happen for most women. I'd be lying if I said that's going to happen for most women. Y'all know that.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
So, see, here's the thing. We have to consider if a woman is 35 years old, which is middle-aged, and she's not married, and she wanted to be married, then there has to be an issue that that woman hasn't figured out yet. If a man has not married her.
That's right.
A lot of women will be upset. Please don't be upset with me. That's what's generally called the leftover. There's a reason for that. Whether it's the mentality, whether it's the behavior, whether it's the mouth, whether it's her being in her masculinity, it's something. A woman has to figure out what her issues are and rectify. I'm not saying it's too late for her. Do you see what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm not saying it's too late. But if those things hadn't, say like if she didn't have whatever issues that we have, that a guy was willing to tolerate, because a lot of women, they'll marry a man and they got to tolerate some of his bull. You see what I'm saying? So what we do, they're saying just get with somebody who, got just as much bull as you got or whatever, and then y'all get married and work it out. But there's a reason. Now, a lot of guys are walking away from relationships now.
Yeah.
Feminism didn't mess it up for a lot of women.
Or they hate
Women didn't mess it up for a lot of women. Women talking about this equal stuff and this, that, and the other. Men and women will never be equal. We do not think the same way. We don't communicate the same way. We're wired completely different. And the moment that women understand that, and then they play their role and let a man play his role, relationships, I think, might start to prosper. But they're going to be like contaminated relationships because right now everybody's laying with everybody else.
Yeah.
I'd be afraid to try to date a woman if I wasn't married. I'd be afraid. I'm not trying to get out there and be like, oh, yeah.
What is your thought process on dating in another country? Because Israel is spread to the 4 corners of the earth.
Well, I don't want to answer that question. You know what? I'm going to answer that question. Because in Eastern countries, let me say it to you this way here. In Eastern countries, women, for the most part, come from 2-parent households. And in a bunch of cases, they're raised to be wives. They're taught how to do certain things and how to deal with men and whatnot. Women in Eastern countries are, in most cases, very submissive.
That's right.
Very submissive. They tend to their man.
Right.
Period. Because that's what they know. That's how they were raised. But American women will rag on that. Talk about they just slaves. They uneducated. They don't know and this, that, and the other. No, they just, they
figured it out.
But so they know. See some videos of a man. He was going through this problem. He had a tumor. His face was hanging to the floor. He used to have to grab his face like this and clean or whatever. He had wives. Middle Eastern.
Listen.
But the thing is, it's like
women are more disrespectful here in this country. A woman act like they do here and go to Dubai, they'd be locked up. Well, hold on, wait a minute. You think I'm playing?
We're dead.
You can't disrespect a man in Dubai. You will go to jail. You can't raise your voice or yell at a man in Dubai.
Especially in Saudi Arabia.
You see what I'm saying?
It's sliced up.
Certain things you cannot do. See, we've been so accustomed to putting up with certain behaviors here that are just not even according to our creator, are out of order, man.
But
we become so westernized and so modernized. Like I say, it's damn near impossible to keep the Almighty's laws if you have a modern mindset today. It's damn near impossible.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like you go to the Middle East, right? And like I said, it's not on it's other men over there that's deformed or whatever, but they got the complete submissiveness from their wife. I'm talking about
And guess what?
the wife cleaning his face. I'm talking about literally he had
Guess
a
what?
tumor
They're
where his
submissive.
head is floating.
Listen, they're submissive. That's because they're submissive. They're not masculine. Think about what you're saying. In those countries, you don't see the women going around in their masculine. Why do you think you got guys going over to the Philippines and other places getting wives? Because they desire to have a wife, but they don't desire to have issues. They don't desire to be disrespected. Men has, even in this country, quit going to gyms to work out. You know why? Because a lot of women that invade the gym, they'll come in and they set these little thirst traps because of social media. They want to get these likes and this, that, and the other. So they'll get an innocent man. Now they'll come in with damn near nothing on and be sitting in front of a man's face doing certain things. And men are visual. A man will look. And then they'll get him on there. What are you looking at? Men stop helping women at the gym. Let them forward that way. Do whatever. No, men stop going to the gym for a good while because of those very reasons. Because feminism then got to a lot of our black women, and that never was meant for them. And so men are literally walking away from relationships. And see, the only people that can correct that are those that are in error. Again, strong, independent black woman. What are you saying to the world when you say that? See, they think that sounds good, but that's a horrible thing. Again, women should be soft. If you're my woman, let me be hard for you. I don't need you to be hard and strong. Let me take care of that. You be soft. You be feminine. A feminine much more out of her husband than anybody else. And he'll want to do it. He will want to do it. Because she fits the criteria. Give her, man, she'll get everything that she wants if he can give it to her.
Period.
Say that again.
Period.
For the women out there, that's the truth. All you got to do is be right with that man. That's when I say, if women have certain traits that her man then already said something to her about, just correct them. Watch how the thing bloom. Watch how it bloom. That's man, listen, that's stress.
Do you think it's up for the elder women to teach the younger women, or is it just because what I'm seeing is that it's a perpetual cycle. Now, like, look, you're right
what you just said, right? Because elder women will let younger women know that they all about order. There's a 106-year-old woman on the internet getting on her granddaughter, I think it is, because she's not married and she's 30-something years old. But her daughter says she's getting hers in, and grandma telling her that ain't right, though, is it?
That's right. But I'm saying in the spaces where this information should be at, it's not getting put out there.
No, it's not.
And the thing is that it ain't that the females are being bad; they just not being programmed to see the other side.
It's not that they're not being.
Or they don't. When I'm saying bad, I'm saying like it's like you got presumption with it. It ain't like they present presumption. It's like, yeah.
And do Almighty is respecter of persons when it comes to judgment. So see, we were already instructed to learn to do well. We were already instructed to learn his ways. We were instructed to do that. Just as somebody dropped the ball, the Almighty told us as individuals, just because he's the teacher, that don't mean just because I'm a teacher, that doesn't mean that it's not the other people's responsibility to learn the ways of the Almighty. As individuals, we're all supposed to be teaching the Almighty. Period.
Yes, sir.
Period. But see, with teachers, he said, just tell them what I said. Whether they hear or whether they hear. That way they can't say, I know this. You see what I'm saying? And those who don't want to hear that or whatnot, that's on them. Because see, the Almighty, he makes sure that people ain't going to be able to say, well, I never heard anything at all about that. Because his word is still in the earth. It's just that certain people get set in their ways and they don't want to hear it because it's about their own agenda. And that really gets to me, man. I swear it do. And I know that just because I'm trying to improve on myself, that don't mean everybody gonna try to improve on themselves. You got some people that just don't fear the Almighty enough.
Yeah.
Hell, it took me a long time before, as a professional bodybuilder, even when I was an amateur, I made excuses. The only time that those shows were done is on the Sabbath day. So I was violating the Sabbath day, but then I was trying to justify it. The Almighty wouldn't let me get this far and be this good at what I'm doing. Right? I turned pro, top rank pro, right? As a bodybuilder. But then I was married to somebody else at that time, right? And that person wasn't being right with me. That person wasn't being right. See, that person wasn't, and I wasn't messing around. That person wasn't being right. So I found myself having issues in that marriage. I asked Marie Alicia to talk to. He said, I'm not going to do that. What am I talking to? This woman ended up killing you or doing something. I had to learn. That was the Almighty getting my attention. That's the way I see it. Because I was violating his Sabbath day. And on his Sabbath day, I should be doing my own pleasure or working. That was work for me because as I turned pro, now I'm making money. And before I turned pro, man, I enjoyed kicking that butt. You see what I'm saying? So once I had that last issue, and that was in 2001, I believe, I told myself, I ain't doing this no more. I told myself that, and guess what? I ain't did that no more. In other words, I quit. I went out. I just quit. I quit. I said it's not worth it because my disobedience has affected my life. So the Almighty showed me, look, I ain't gonna leave you, but I'm gonna make it rough for you. So that's when I started applying myself even more. And I wasn't, listen, when I tell somebody if they're still at the same level that they was when they first came into the law, what the heck are they doing? I've been stagnant in certain spots in my life, knowing the law. You see what I'm saying? To where I should have been from here up here by now. But I'm up here slow walking, knowing better. Yeah. But the more I got my tail whooped, the more I had to say, you know what? Forget that. Forget that. I will never want the Almighty to leave me. A woman might leave me, but the Almighty gonna be there. See, I learned one thing in life. Check this out. And this is nothing against anybody's woman. I'm gonna make a general statement, all right, that I had to learn and remember this right here. When your mother or your father do something for you, they do that for you out of love and wanting to see you grow and prosper. They don't look for anything back in return. They do that when your mother and your father do something for you, especially mom, not taken away from fathers. That's out of straight love, right? Because they want the best for you. When you get married, and I've been married a few times, right? That's conditional. And I don't believe in nothing. You do this and I'm going to do this. You do this and I'm going to do that.
It's not genuine love.
You see, nobody's ever going to love you like your mother will love you.
Period.
Nobody. Because see, when your mother do it, she's not expecting anything that's for your benefit. It's for your benefit. They're not looking for anything. And I know I'm passionate right now. Remember to think that I'm angry. I'm just these are things that I know, but sometimes, I keep it in because if you say certain things to certain individuals, they will be offended. And there's anybody who's offended at the truth, shame on them. Shame on them. Because the Almighty carried me way too far for me to be so foolish at this point in my life. So it's my responsibility to share if I get with me, keep it to myself, how big a fool could I be? The Almighty told me to open up my mouth. He told me to open up my mouth. So a lot of times people might think that I'm angry, at least I might think they think I'm angry. I promise you, no, I'm not angry. I'm just extremely passionate.
There it is.
Because I'm on my forward motion at this point.
Period. Right there with you.
And like you said, you want to hear the truth.
That's right. It's very.
If it ain't about truth, if it ain't about why would I want to entertain myself with lies?
That's right.
I want to be so vocal when me and my wife watching TV program and I see crap that ain't right. And I'm always saying something. I'm trying to get out of doing that because I know I can ruin the program. But man, when I see stuff that we talking who it's coming from and where it is, I speak on it.
Got to, especially with TV, because that's programming. You know what I'm saying? Man, we're just having a conversation with the subconscious mind.
People through TV to make them think that what they're seeing is okay. It's not okay.
And that's what the things that you bringing up today. These are the things that need to be brought up. But I'm saying, these are the things that brought out on all platforms, all spaces. Because the truth of the matter is that you said it's the programming and us being scared to address the matters, we cannot change the paradigm or the programming of our people.
Let me tell you why. Again, I can tell just by the behaviors in the school system if a child is in a single parent household. If we're doing everything backwards, the results are not going to be as should be expected.
That's right.
Do you see what I'm saying? For backward behavior, we're going to get backwards results. The behavior is being that there's only one individual in that house. Do you know statistics show, man, and again, these are just facts, that if you have a single parent, that child is going to be better off with the father. There's going to be less chance of high school dropout, less chance of incarceration, less chance of pregnancies. Those are stats. I didn't make this up.
Tips with a daughter and a son.
I've got those stats on my phone right now. Now, I'm not saying that because I see houses and things like that. No, they already knew. That's the reason why they say when a man gives a wife a bill of divorce, she takes it. No, he was very specific. And he said, don't add this word, right? But don't diminish out from it. Now, I would like to see relationships flourish, me personally. I really would. I want to see people winning. I want to see the black community just coming back strong. Man. You see what I'm saying? That would be a beautiful thing. But it's destroyed by design. And unfortunately, foolish people, I won't just say women and men, don't see that that's the way the laws are set up here and everything is by design to destroy. Say if a person files for divorce.
Right.
And then he can't pay his child support or whatnot. She's told, don't let him see the child. Don't let him see the children. Then you got some vindictive women who just won't let him see him anyway.
That's right.
So they're using the child as a pawn, not realizing you destroying that child. You're taking something away from that child needs.
That's right.
My father is alive to this very day, live a couple of streets away from me. I never had the relationship. I don't even think my father liked me, let alone love me. I've got a bunch of children. He probably wouldn't know him if he saw him. And this ain't the poop on my father. I'm just saying the way the system is designed. And then our people fall for this bull.
That's right.
So again, people in listening, you're not hearing anger from me. Mm-hmm. I'm just passionate.
Have you seen this post? It's on Instagram. I want to show you this about the Malcolm X thing, and also the thing is that the music that they listen to on social media. They got a whole video of a group of girls, no older than 7 years old, dancing and got karaoke to this day.
Sexual type stuff. Mothers teach them how to do. I'm saying mothers teach them how to get stuff. Sexualizing your children is the worst thing you can do for your little girls. The worst thing you can do for your little girl. There's nothing that's not cute about it. When a man sees that and look at it, if a man look at that and he think that's okay, something wrong with that man. That man should not be
no, babe.
We're going to put up here in about 5 minutes.
Okay. Because I find myself
it's crazy because here it is, even with my mom side, because my dad, my mom been divorced just about our whole life, you know what I mean? I've stayed with my mom more than I did with my dad. You know what I mean? So in other words, I had stepfather. I had two parent households on both sides. But the thing is that the cycle, my grandma, her mother was a single mother. She was a single mother. Her daughter's a single mother. Her daughter is a single mother. It's 5 generations.
We see it all around us. My mother and father was married and divorced and married again, and then it's just been a mess. It's been a mess. I can't say I had the best relationship. I joined the military to get away from my situation. That's why I went to the army. I could tell you some stories, but it's not about. My thing is, I'm going to always honor my father and my mother. My mother's deceased. You see what I'm saying? And my father, like I say, lived a couple of streets away from me. But when I say my prayers on a regular basis, I always pray for my father and my deceased mother. You see what I'm saying? So, but the bottom line is, once we learn better, then we're expected to do better.
The video that they pushed out.
Let's put it up here for everybody.
It's on Instagram. I don't know if you can.
And we'll close out with this video.
And you know what, man? I wouldn't mind. I'm gonna have to learn some things from you about the operation of certain things or whatnot, because I'm seriously considering doing something other than what I'm doing. Yeah, it's like I said, I'm always trying to decide what I should be doing, but in actuality, I have a clue because I love talking about things that I'm confident in the fact that I know about. You see what I'm saying? And knowledge is power. If you don't have any knowledge about a certain thing, you don't have any power in that area. So we need to have the power, man. Yeah, we need to have the power to help create change. We do.
Yeah. Go down to keep scrolling way down.
The highlights are in.
Just keep scrolling all the way down.
I've been running my back for a minute, huh?
It was rapid.
But now I want to see it because this is exactly what's going on in our just with everything he was saying.
So give me some feedback of both of y'all. Give me some individual feedback.
I think it was
the things that I said. Do you feel like the things that I said was like overkill, or I don't think what said that or said this thing? Because I don't think I tell the truth.
But you know what would make it like if you do reaction videos to stuff like this and sort of keep going down. You're almost there. You're almost there. Keep scrolling down. But the reaction videos, the people don't just see what's going on.
That's one of the things I'm thinking about, actually.
You almost there it is. Right there.
This one?
Down.
That's it right there. That's it. All right. See what they're doing, they're sexualizing themselves there. And they don't realize the harm that they're actually doing, because other women gonna feed into that.
And they're teaching.
Other women will feed into it and start teaching theirs, because the mentality these days are so watered down. Again, if a woman is being told that they're equal to a man, which we know that's not the truth, then they're going to start acting accordingly.
Right.
All right, so explain the video before the people watch it. Like, what's
this short clip of Malcolm X talking about the plight of the black woman in America. And he was speaking on back in the 60s, but yet we still see there's no change. And you can see with the video that he's going to show, everything that he's talking about still going on till this day, if not worse.
God, man, what's happening to your woman? And what's happening to your woman? And what's happening to your woman? And what's happening to your woman? They're making her a prostitute. They're making her a drug addict. They're making her a lesbian. They're making her a harlot. They're making her a trollop. Because you and I won't stand up and be men. A man, when you're a man, you're not afraid to go to jail. When you're a man, you're not afraid to give your life. And when you're a man, you're not afraid to take someone else's life. Yes, I'm saying it and I mean it. You can go in hotels around here and find these white men laying up there with black women while you just snatch off their heads. I mean, snatch off their heads. You and I will never be respected until we get some respect for this black woman. Make her straighten up and then straighten out that white man. Make her straighten up and then straighten out that white man. 24 years old. Why, good.
60s is still going on today. It's worse.
Of course, why? Because our situations have gotten worse. Because, listen to me, man. The whole thing that this system is doing is trying to take the male out of the household, right? So the man becomes property of the state. Therefore, the state can say the children belong to me. Why? Because the mother is getting support from the system for the children. So the government claimed the children. You see what I'm saying? And the whole reason welfare even came about. When women can get welfare, you better not have a thing that pertains to a man in that house.
That's right.
Or you was cut off. So the system gets people to depend on them. But there's conditions. There's conditions.
It's genocide, brother.
Man. And unfortunately, our women, because of all these other things that they put in play, are not seeing the big picture. Our women that are having sons, you don't realize what you're doing. First of all, if you're a woman and you got a child, you believe in feminism and you believe that men ain't good for nothing, this, that, and the other. What are you saying about your sons?
That's right.
Would a woman really want to see another woman just dogging her son out and all this type of
Did
stuff?
you see the thing they had on talking about abort male black babies? The black women was out there, had a whole podcast, had a whole, cause just like you got the manosphere, you got the
That sounds like the
manosphere.
thing that was going on in Egypt.
They got a thing talking about abort male black babies.
You know what that is?
Everything, man, it hurt. It
That's
hurt.
murder. But if you go out and bust somebody upside the head and kill them, throw them up under jail and throw away the key. But they want to make a woman think that if you have an abortion, that's not murder. Murder is shedding of innocent blood.
And these white people paying for it.
Of course.
They paying for it. Aborting the male black babies. They really live paying for these young girls to abort their babies, man.
Next time we're here, you can pull up some videos and see what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Y'all good. Y'all good. Able to have these sessions where we can vent, give the right perspective. You know what I'm saying? And it's going across all platforms: Facebook, YouTube. Every time we here, it's a
lot that I get to.
right. To us is a great conversation. I really appreciate this. So many people avoid to have these type of conversations because it forces you to evaluate yourself. This that real truth.
Hallelujah.
Already dropping gems. The mother one, she has to pray to the Most High Yah to send her husband. And somebody said, nah, wife quality, something like that. Saying it towards the conversation we had earlier.
Well, I actually pray for the Almighty to send her a good man. Because again, every man should be a husband. Every woman shouldn't be a wife.
Gotta say that. Yeah. Well, I guess that's it for now. Next week we'll pick up again around 1:30, 1:45ish. So we appreciate everybody tuning in. Go ahead and share this video. Give us a thumbs up. Give us a like. Subscribe. You know the spiel.
And let me say this. Please share this video. Please share this video because our perspective is to help. It's not to harm. And like I say, I totally believe that the only people that will be offended by anything that was said here are those that are guilty and just don't want to make a change. If it's not talking about you, you shouldn't be offended. And if anything, if it is talking about you, just understand that these are the ways of the Almighty. And we're only trying to get people to get right so that we can receive those blessings as a people, period. We want those blessings. We don't want those curses because the same energy we put out, we're going to get back sevenfold. Sevenfold. So we want to be positive so we get that good energy back. Hallelujah.
Right. You think
I just appreciate it. I had to come on since last week. I had to get the wisdom and ask the question. He did answer everything I wanted. I just hope, people take heed to what he's saying. And
we gonna keep promoting it, marketing it. Eventually, it's gonna grow. It's gonna grow. It's gonna,
Share this video.
Yeah,
Share it.
absolutely.
Send it to your friend. Take your friend and send it to their friend.
All praise. All right, we'll catch y'all next week. We got Maury Yashikar coming up next with Truth for Tradition too. So tap in. Shalom.
You looking back, it's what your demons
even close to me. I go
and crafty counts by the masses just to hold us in slack. The ketuvim inside the scriptures gave reference to that. We chose to live by the Torah's orders, it's return of the blacks. Holding the man to a Moshe, a burden our back, and we still crave power of leadership, seeing Moses mishaps. Paraplegic on steps to ensure the betterment, while Europeans is on the streets like degenerates. We was promised form of deliverance. Put the gun down, son, it ain't that serious. You and I, should be our sentiment. When God showed Moses the lane, saw us living in sin again. I could see it coming down my eyes, for the way we had Moshe cry. It's weighing heavy in the back of my mind, for the way we let Moshe die. Now it's coming down my eyes, for the way we had Moshe cry. Still sitting heavy in the back of my mind, for the way we let Moshe die. It's critical when God make plans to come and visit you. A flock without a shepherd, the wolves will put it into you. We shout in order, but got problems with servitude. We screaming gang, gang with our brothers' blood on our hand and shoes. We praise a whole lot of freaks. A sister ain't none without showing a whole lot of meat. Calling them queens and talking the whole through his teeth. Now the culture corrupted, they looking more to the streets. Oh no. Play by play is how this movement grow. Shortcuts is a problem, leave too much loopholes. Situations may change and only God knows. You still can't take steps of assurity with your eyes closed. Y'all promised slavery to the beast. We under the reigns of the fourth one as we speak. To my people I be lying right through my teeth. If I say this generation surpass the ones that's asleep. I can see it coming down my eyes, for the way we had Moshe cry. It's weighing heavy in the back of my mind, for the way we let Moshe die. Now it's coming down my eyes, for the way we had Moshe cry. Still sitting heavy in the back of my mind, for the way we let Moshe die. So Moses, the servant of the Lord, died there in the land of Moab, according to the word of the Lord. And he buried him in the valley in the land of Moab, over against Beth Peor. But no man knoweth of his sepulchre unto this day. And Moses was 120 years old when he died. His eyes was not dim, nor his natural force abated. And the children of Israel wept for Moses in the plains of Moab 30 days. So the days of weeping and mourning for Moses was ended.
Shem Levy, don't let up.
If it had not been for the Lord who was on our side, now may Israel say. If it had not been for the Lord who was on our side, when men rose up against us. Listen to the words I'm speaking. Pay attention. It's beneficial for your life, homie. Tired of being under heathens. That's why the world ain't doing right, homie. They killing all our leaders, teachers. Set us up with bogus preachers. Man, we need the Most High to free us. Please pay attention to the light, homie. All praise to the Elohim. That's where I get my strength to stand tall like the Anakim. All praise. Top of the mountain, the Gerazim can back down like Moses' veil, face glowing yellow beam. Okay, Levy got the sword, all on the side of the Lord, make war for the new regime. Pick a side. Too many harlots, foreheads, need for that, ain't wanna say it, but it's time for in-house cleaning. Flipping pages through the Torah, not being Ketuvim. Modern day sages, this ain't Vegas, we ain't keeping secrets. Black man in America is crabs in a barrel, stole by pirates to the Caribbean. John Hawkins, Barbosa, same European. And they got the nerve to try to make us pledge allegiance. Swing low, sweet chariot. Y'all please take us home, we what you tired of living under heathens. Yeah. Listen to the words I'm speaking. Please. It's beneficial for your life, homie. Tired of being under heathens. That's why the world ain't doing right, homie. It's on us too. They killing all our leaders, teachers. Set us up with bogus preachers. We need the Most High to free us. Please pay attention to the light, homie. Look, gave Ptolemy our plight. That's a rapper's halo overhead, your modern day. Put that story to bed. Yahweh said, for your sins, no other man can lose his life. That's a fact. Your priests wear collar, mines wore a breastplate with sapphires, rubies, ice. Decked out like the back of your multi-family home. In the South, we still living under Rome. Part 2. Obedience could bring Judah back to throne. Turn Israel to a house from rejected cornerstone. Serving this king still make me ecstatic. Make me wanna sing, instead I'ma rap it. Doing this law presented on tablets. Talk about the Holy One, you could create a classic. Your spirit ain't right, no way you can match it. Nah, trust in the Lord and you be well established. Listen to the words I'm speaking. It's beneficial for your life, homie. Tired of being under heathens. That's why the world ain't doing right, homie. They killing all our leaders, teachers. It's a fact. Set us up with bogus preachers. We don't want them. We need the Most High to free us. Pay attention to the light, homie. Tassels on my shirt, numbers 15 to 37 verse. Sisters put them on their skirts. Too much lip service, but the fields look deserted when it's time to put in work. Staring in the window to you so I see the hurt. Foolish imagery on TV, don't know what you're worth. We all have a special job, moving with the breath of God until our expiration turn us back to dirt. The darker the berry, the more they wanna use it for wine. Now use your insecurities to shine. All these trials and tribulations are divine. Without pressure, wouldn't be no diamonds in the mine. They prayed up. Just pay homage to the eternal. Too hot to be outside, the streets will burn you. A wise man learns from others' lessons. The Most High is our only protection. Facts. Listen to the words I'm speaking. It's beneficial for your life, homie. Trying to save you. Tired of being under heathens. That's a fact. That's why the world ain't doing right, homie. It's on us too. They killing all our leaders, teachers. Set us up with bogus preachers. We need the Most High to free us. Pay attention to the light, homie. Look. Pay attention to the light, homie. Shout out to Israel, the four corners of the earth, man. For real. I mean, we gotta get it together. For real. I mean, shouldn't be no hidden agendas. Just straight love. Straight love. Correction, that's love. Protection, that's love. Yeah. I mean, let me get out of here. got it. Theo got it. Theo got it.
Timeline.
Yeah,
I want my rolls, drag on the floor. On my neck piece, I want copper. For protection, I want chopper. Flood my copper with the crystal. 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 My blood too official. Tell my mind friend, might need me a AK. I need to be well trained. Sharpen up my fight game. Protect my family, my body, my soul, we all that we got. I'm thinking about new things. Some things so real, can't spit in a song. You can't imagine some of the things be moving around inside of my mind. I might test and I stick and move, I do it inside my mind. Charge my melanin, crystal with the sun on deck. I'm so energized, feel like I can go all day. Yeah. I got crystal in my copper, sardius, topaz, onyx stone, burrow, jasper, multiple stone. The high priest Aaron had the original stone. I nobody can toss sideways in me. I'm from the Garden of Eden, over there by Euphrates, over there by the Tigris River, not far from Babylon. Kept my face in the holy script, only way to become a don. Drag on the floor, on my neck piece, I want copper. For protection, I want chopper. Flood my copper with the crystal. 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 My blood too official. Yeah, read the word, get lit. Bite the book like a pit. Exodus 28. High priest drip, alleged magnetic. Need my alkaline. Said be said it. Need my alkaline. Don't wanna be sick no more. Don't wanna be shot by the police. Cold on the dead street. I'ma need big heat. I'ma need big heat. Shout out the NFAC. Shout out the NFAC. Man, my folk ain't fucking around. All black. We gotta train. We gotta protect our mothers, our sisters, our brothers, fathers and uncles, grandpa and grandmama, then all our cousins. It was written that we gonna win. Benjamin, Judah, and Simeon, Gad, Ephraim, and Zebulun. There is a called Levi, Naphtali, Asher, Zebulun, and Reuben. I represent for them all 12 my kin. I want my rolls, drag on the floor. On my neck piece, I want copper. For protection, I want chopper. Flood my copper with the crystal. Flood my copper with the crystal. Flood my copper with the crystal. Flood my copper with the crystal.
Now, girl, it's in the power of your hands too. Gotta keep his laws, testimonies, and his statutes. Gotta serve y'all, walk in his ways, he will guide you. Serve y'all with all your might, then maybe you will live to withhold not, girl, it's in the power of your hands too. Gotta keep his laws, testimonies, and his statutes. Gotta serve y'all, walk in his ways, he will guide you. Serve y'all with all your might, then maybe you will live to turn, return, turn, return to the mighty.
Yeah, you know your people been awakened from my sleep, but confusion on our face. I've been contemplating whether this a vision or a dream. When I prophesy to people, it don't seem to move a thing. But you know I keep it pushing, praising y'all by any means. Most of the people overlook it down, play on everything, but only you inspire songs. So it's not vain, it's the conclusion. No wonder why I rap it to the future. Who want the burden that's delivered by our servant? If I unveil everything you need, doctors and some nurses would be needed, but get Titus that we bringing is the reason why we singing. We not sponsored by no heathens, it's the fourth tribe. Giving our praises to Yah, cause he the reason that we get inspired to make a new song on a new form to exit Babylon, cause Yahweh gives a tour. So
withhold not, girl, it's in the power of your too. Gotta keep his laws, testimonies, and his statutes. Gotta serve y'all, walk in his ways, he will guide you. Serve y'all with all your might, and maybe you will live to withhold not, girl, it's in the power of your hands too. Gotta keep his laws, testimonies, and his statutes. Gotta serve y'all, walk in his ways, he will guide you. Serve y'all with all your might, and maybe you will live to withhold not, girl, it's in the power of your hands too. Gotta keep his laws, testimonies, and his statutes. Gotta serve y'all, walk in his ways, he will guide you. Serve y'all with all your might, and maybe you will live to turn, return, turn, return to the mighty hour.
Tell us about your father.
Why don't you tell us something about your father?
We're trying to get to know each other, Mr. Lowe.
I was trying to get to know you, Mr. Tolson.
Well, I'm not the one on the debate team.
Are we not engaged in a debate right?
All right. I'll take the affirmative. Take the meanest, most restless nigger. Strip him of his clothes in front of the remaining male niggers, female niggers, and nigger infants. Tar and feather him. Tie each leg to a horse facing in opposite direction, set him on fire, and beat both horses until they tear him apart in front of the male, female, and nigger infants. Bullwhip and beat the remaining nigger males within an inch of their life. Do not kill them, but put the fear of God in them, for they can be useful for future breeding. Anybody know who Willie Lynch was? Anybody? Raise your hand. No one? He was a vicious slave owner in the West Indies. The slave masters in the colony of Virginia were having trouble controlling their slaves, so they sent for Mr. Lynch to teach them his methods. The word lynching came from his last name. His methods were very simple, but they were diabolical. Keep the slave physically strong, but psychologically weak and dependent on the slave master. Keep the body, take the mind. I and every other professor on this campus are here to help you to find, take back, and keep your righteous mind. Because obviously you have lost it.
You still sleep right now. No matter how long he sets the alarm and tell you that the war is on, but not with the moms, the mind is a bomb. And right now, you self-detonating. Isaac Newton said the first law of nature is self-preservation. Let's dissect that word. What does it mean to self-preserve? You first gotta help yourself before you can help somebody else, but you still sleep right now. Rip Van Winkle can't relate to the state of our being. You way past REM sleeping, and Leonardo DiCaprio ain't seen this type of inception dreaming. They ain't got enough Emmy Awards for Mr. Willie Lynch and breeded masters. The policeman and crack is the new cotton. The hood is the plantation. They planted station for him to go picking. Now they got him. You they nigga now. They put a dope boy to the side and tell him take these pounds. Go oppress your brothers. Separate mothers from their daughters. Come back for this cash while they clap and say, son, you make me proud. Private prisons pay millions for rappers to portray this lifestyle. Music videos is the modern sex forms used to exploit the black child. But you still sleep right now. Calling ourselves African American, we know the continent we from, but can't identify what our real heritage is real. The media portrays what the so-called nigga became, so Africans view us as inferior, and to them they do the same thing. No longer will my page be stained with teardrops of a slave. I have now become Django Unchained. I heard a girl once say, stop looking outside yourself for someone else to show you the way. Everything you need is already embedded in your genetics. How prophetic her words slur. He already said that we'll forget him and he'll get no credit, but told you everything that you was gonna go through and it's still living. My people asked for the truth, but wouldn't buy it if it was free. See your eyes wide open, but you still sleep. Still sleep. Still sleep.
Yeah, God. Hallelujah.
Yo, sing to Yahweh, a new song, all Zada King, sing high praises to our Elohim, rejoicing Yah, all men in Yeladim, give Yah the high praise 7 times a day, put Yahweh first in all our ways, thank Yah in the morning and give him praise, likewise in the evening when the sun fades, give glory to our King for all he's made, he shaped us in his image, yes we Elohim, dying like men cause he tries, will shine like heaven stars, keep waking up Jacob with these solar bars, remnant need to ride Yah's wave like Noah's Ark, flee from Babylon, where it's cold and dark, soul righteousness and rend your heart, when we flow like this, it creates a spark.
When I got tired and lonely, and nobody could comfort
sing, O ye heavens, for Yahweh has done it. Iniquities punished, shallow apart, for Yahweh has triumphed over the shadows of our adversaries. They dead and buried, forever gone. Confusion is lifted, we out of Babylon. I pray this to the Most High God, who confirm every word that He has spoken. Not a single bone is broken of a servant to do His bidding. Must be willing and able, our food prepared, and disable His word is help to our navel. Now remember, whenever y'all spoken, it can't be added to. Northern minutes from His praise permanently on the tongue of His witness. Cause Israel is a nation, the princes who has power with men and Elohim. No wonder why we sing to the mighty Yah King. Freedom forever ring, get joyous our offering is voluntary to bring. Go silver and then the blade to shine just like the sun. No wonder why we aspire to run, break forth and just sing tonight. Sing tonight. Sing tonight. Sing tonight.
In the box and spin you like washing the load. Don't let them jam you like locking them bones. Harlots, I digress with explicit piff. Penmanship switch, living diff. Y'all deliver swift, innocent bloodshed. Ish hurts, rep the innocent. Message full of ignorance. Bleach and brown history, they been messing with the images. Aki's balls blown, but I'm switching out the filaments. You feeling it? Take away these words like the truth on what's really real. They been concealing it. Law-abiding citizen to get locked into the remnant. Now they got us brainwashing the side of me, idolatry, drugs, and ignorance. Plus the streets giving hope, but it's billing it. Racist cops committing murders, how they innocent. Instead of praising Yah, we rather feeling lit. Covered in our neighbor, morally impotent. Cold talk. Eat your chitlins, Zaki. Talking it bold, wooden crosses exposed. Eat your chitlins, Zaki. Yeah, look at me rapping. It sounds like holy scriptures with the action. Swords and spears like the drums and the ratchets. More love and compassion. Need to think too. Crossfade across winded verses. When I breeze through, I need room. I'm no enigmas with the knowledge. I never been a follower, but get it like a prophet. Prolific, potent poetry, but not looking for a profit. Looking for prosperity or oppressors be picking pockets. Stop it. Stealing. The act could be a felony. I'm Hebrew, not African American. What are you telling me? Pork, shrimp, lobster, and crab. What are you selling? We death is what you want. I can sense it, spiritual telepathy. No testing me. My IQ is law, FD inequities, trajectory. I'm aiming at the top. Better be firm. And scriptures testing a step to me. Laws and commandments be my weaponry. Cold talk. This is a true definition of rapping heavily. Eat your chicken, Zaki. Speaking the truth. Why you mad at me? Eat your chitlins, Zaki. Just eat your pig guts.
Man, what you thinking?
Most people of color, like they believe that chillings were invented by slaves who received the scraps and waste from preparing an animal. And it wasn't invented, it was forced and given. Like, eat this or don't eat at all.
Yeah,
I feel you. Or eat, or you get your butt whipped.
Yeah.
You know, even today as Hebrews and Negroes, we love, that mentality with our kids.
Yeah, for sure.
They read our book, gave us something to God. And to this day, we still eat that Zoak.
Yeah, I mean, all jokes aside, there's a bond broke between you and I. Israel, we do or die, it's the way it was prophesied. Yeah, you get what I'm saying? Let's go. Woke up today with a lot on my mind. Y'all was encoded but scripted to get by. Laws I answered, they use it to misguide. Preaching the sheep agenda, they put scribe. So now make it greater but speak lies. Spilling your image, you spinning in bad vibes. Front for the people to see you. You weak or evil, presenting yourself to be that guy. Break them down, break them down. A little too old for the street, but they paving the way that's too rocky for me. No one ain't perfect, got vision unique. I'm doing my portion, but moving discreet. Hiding the prophets are over his weak. Stolen on time was delivered to me. We bow at Yah's footstool. The world is a seat. Betting on God in the club. much. Anything else is you doing too much. I had a tiger, but it's hard to see. Invading our personal, wearing defeat. Not moving discreet, don't shadow the ways of the Lord. Now you're moving obese. You move, you lose, you see. There's another board up to serve better than me. Me, there's another board up to serve better than me. About the matrix, we love it but hate it. Box is big, but it's basic. World, the lies, opportunity wasted. Faking democracy, service the nations. We chosen. Yoka, I am broken. But we heavy asleep. Numbering us is like counting the sheep. By serving this job, but we ignorant, praying. Descendants of greatness, we in the way. We are the ones of today. We are the chosen ones that's making the way. The chosen one. We lost up in the matrix. The chosen one. We lost up in the matrix. The chosen ones. We lost up in the matrix. The chosen ones. The chosen ones. We lost up in the matrix. The chosen ones. We lost up in the matrix. The chosen ones. We lost up in the matrix. The chosen ones. We lost up in the matrix.
We follow laws, we follow scriptures. Little pieces make a bigger picture. A son of God, I got broken wings, got me feeling like I'm Mr. 1,000 miles in my shoes, they think I'm a big stepper. They ain't see the blisters. The grind takes time and a lot of patience. They stay together like twin sisters. Rowdy rebel like Bart Simpson. I just play my role now. Let me stop playing. This paid in full, I ain't got the change. Give me a shot and I got the game. When I was down bad, I was seeking healing. I went to God, not Dr. Strange. Give me respect, I don't want the fame. If you got some chicken, would your heart change? Let's do the math, gotta make it plain. What's 100 million with a dirty name? This was stripped off our name and gave us the Xannies and lean for the pain. They left us outside, we got drenched in the rain. A yoke of iron on my neck, got a sprain. It's amazing how we still think it's a game. We doing Shabbat, but we living in vain. A lack of knowledge, lost our mind, we insane. A lack of knowledge, lost our mind, we insane.
The chosen one. We lost up in the matrix. The chosen one. We lost up in the matrix. The chosen ones. We lost up in the matrix. The chosen ones. We lost up in the matrix. The chosen ones. We lost up in the matrix. The chosen ones. We lost up in the matrix. The chosen ones. We lost up in the matrix. The chosen ones. We lost up in the matrix.
Low key laugh. Hey, what's happening, bro? Damn, what up, baby? Hey. It's that. Now where I go, I just gotta let you know how I feel about you. You got me open, babe. I see them other guys just can't read between the lines. You only wanna mess with a fish show, and I'm right over here. You was just on my mind. What a coincidence that you called. Shorty gon' live long, crazy cause when she on my mind, that's when she call my phone. Send your bitch picture now, call her ID on my phone. And I'ma look after this conversation. Her sweet love touched my heart, smooth operation. It's funny you call, I was just thinking of you. Sitting here by myself, and I don't need no one else. It's funny you call, I was just thinking of you. Now that you called my phone, I don't gotta be alone. I'm a gentleman, nothing like the rest of them. No, I know how to treat a lady. It's the simple things. Kiss me through a text and I sent to one back. Look at me falling for someone I met 2 days ago. Why should I front? Know you feel it, boo. You my ace spoon, I be taking care of you. Even though this friendship was for a short time, Shim sensed the girl, let me love you long time. I ain't come up with the same line. How you doing? What's your name? Let's exchange now. I'm about to take off any day now, so I think your best bet is to stick around. It's funny you call, I was just thinking of you. Sitting here by myself, and I don't need no one else. It's funny you call, I was just thinking of you. Now that you called my phone,
Stand out, speak out.
They speak against them, man. It's all on me. Reveal your secrets to your serve your name. On the roads, by the stores, in the streets, on the monuments of our history. They call us by the name of our former enemies. How can I speak without at least defending the whole generation underneath? Written but never told. Let the fear of y'all wake the scholars. Adversity made martyrs. Lift them from dark you once walked in. Cry for the mercy that gathered you from going backwards. If they don't get it, you still better show. I used to fit in silence to offend. Growing up with this brittle that made me wise. Seen perspectives clear. Going back to bad roots we heal. Determined, discerning how to reach and how to talk. And there was one thing found common in them all. They all knew the truth when they heard it. Invoked with confidence as in Yah, the foundation, all knowledge, what you put in cause effects of the heart's revenge. Actions contrary to the word invoke natural feelings of guilt. So what you gon' let the flowing brook breezes shut up and dirt we all, but the mighty glorify his name and shake it all. Stand out, speak out. Stand out, speak out for Yah. Cry loud, spare not, lift up the trumpet, show Jacob's transgressions. Stand out, speak out for y'all. Stand out, speak out.
Moses told us that this would happen if we didn't handle what we were supposed to handle in Deuteronomy 28. And stand on that business with the Most High Yah. King Malachi.
They don't know what it feels like. Living in a world where you have no place, but we know what it feels like. Living in a world where we have no space. The children of the slave ships. We all the ones who made it. We children of the slave ships, but we forgot where we come from. Yeah. 400 years long ago, it's been a long trip. Same time as Egypt. We them people, 70 years we was in Babylon. Daniel sure enough was a prophet back in Babylon. America, a lot of my people down in Carolina. Tribe of Judah, Carolina, we them bold riders. Harriet Tubman, my ancestor, she from Israel. Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, they all from Israel.
A lot of people don't know that we living out a curse right now. The Most High came in the time of Moses and gave us the Torah, his commandments and statutes and judgments, but we wouldn't listen. We've been scattered to the four corners of the earth.
Know what it feel like. Living in a world where you have no place, but we know what it feel like. Living in a world where we have no space. We children of the slave ships. We all the ones who made it. We children of the slave ships, but we forgot where we come from. Yeah. Everywhere we lay our head, we just visit us. People live back in our nuts. I can't blame them, everybody want the promised land. It's our fault that we not living in the promised land. Genesis chapter 15, read verse 13. Where you have no place, but we know what it feel like. Living in a world where we have no space. We children of the slave ships. belong on a camel. White linen and the sandals. Rock my drip like Louis Vuitton. Spiritually, I'm really a don. White linen with the sandals. I'm really a don, I'm really a don, I'm really a don. White linen and the sandals. Rock my drip like Louis Vuitton. Spiritually, I'm really a don. Look at it. White linen with the sandals. I'm really a don, I'm really a don, I'm really a don. I belong in Jerusalem. Had the Ark of the Covenant. David and Solomon. Yeah, yeah. Woo. Blessed with the melanin. I might look like a cherubim. God bless my intelligence. Yeah, yeah. My robe look like cocaine. Fringes at the bottom. That's royal blue like God say. Got my drip from out of this world. Way past Pluto, Pluto. Pharaoh and them, they heard of me. Nebuchadnezzar heard of me. Daniel and Joseph. I got the blood of Dan and Joseph. We was in Babylon, even right Egypt, time of Joseph. All facts, I speak for them. Even if they lost, I still speak for them. I belong on a camel. White linen and the sandals. Rock my drip like Louis Vuitton. Spiritually, I'm really a don. White linen with the sandals. I'm really a don, I'm really a don, I'm really a don. White linen and the sandals. Rock my drip like Louis Vuitton. Spiritually, I'm really a don. Look at it. White linen with the sandals. I'm really a don, I'm really a don, I'm really a don. I'm cut kinda different. Torah, different kind of living. Deuteronomy 14. I stock my kitchen. Got my script from God, not no religion. Way before Dubai, we was drip like that. Queen Sheba asked Solomon how he drip like that. Yeah, before she met with the king, he told her about y'all shit, pray to the moon. She said, look at all of y'all priests, he was impressed by how they grew. This is the truth, I never pray to the moon, I never pray to the sun. I am a son, ain't no change in me, my word hit harder than gun. We resurrect someday, we gon' be up someday. That's Ezekiel 37, y'all should read someday. I belong on a camel. White linen and the sandals. Rock my drip like Louis Vuitton. Spiritually, I'm really a don. White linen with the sandals. I'm really a don, I'm really a don, I'm really a don. White linen and the sandals. Rock my drip like Louis Vuitton. Spiritually, I'm really a don. Look at it. White linen with the sandals. I'm really a don, I'm really a don, I'm really a don.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rockets rended, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof to the night that our flag was not there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet fade for the land of the deceased and the
all inhabitants, the pit opens, kings of the earth conspire to bring down the strange horn. Coastal storms, the prophets warn, hated, despised, cause they next to be torn. Slave fits, blood spread across the atlas. Backs whipped, slaves forced to build up more slave ships. Daughters of sons of Yehuda reduced the whores of Babylon. Cage-fed lions, serving yellow-head dogs, wiped out Mayans, Incas and Aztecs. Strange fruit business against me contest. Babylon's about to be a bloody mess.
Blue eyes, get your nine, get your knife. We coming for their life. Sing, death to Babylon. Sing, death to Babylon. When you see the blue eyes, get your nine, get your knife. We coming for their life. Sing, death to Babylon. Sing, death to Babylon.
How long shall we sing Yah's song in a strange land? Wicked men who played their hand. Daughter of Babylon, you ought to be destroyed. Putting us up like the land. Masonic symbols use the decoy. Uncle Tom house nigga, Condoleezza power fever. Blue-eyed deceiver who tells you to have faith and be a believer. Leading you to the reaper. Drinking your blood and eating your flesh. Raping your sons, these devils I detest. The song for the oppressed, fresh. How hath the oppressor ceased? The golden city, this on Sheol stirs the debtor for thee. Reciprocity for the evil done to my family. We turn from Yah, and this is why we cannot see the curse laid upon us in Deuteronomy. Damn to be carried in ships to captivity, but Whitey went too far. Now my seed will possibly be born behind bars. It's time for war. Double-edged sword, I hold. Get your nine, come on, get your knife. We coming for their life. Sing.
See the blue eyes, get your nine, get your knife. We coming for their life. Sing, death to Babylon. Sing, death to Babylon. See the blue eyes, get your nine, get your knife. We coming for their life. Sing, death to Babylon. Sing, death to Babylon.
Being here in America doesn't make you an American. Being born here in America doesn't make you an American. Why, if birth made you American, you wouldn't need any legislation. You wouldn't need any amendments to the Constitution. No, I'm not an American. I'm one of the 22 million black people who are the victims of Americanism. One of the 22 million black people who are the victims of democracy. Nothing but disguised hypocrisy. I see America through the eyes of a victim. I don't see any American dream. I see an American nightmare.
We'll be on the street by 10 o'clock. We should.
Praise Yah. It's for my mothers. All my brothers in captivity. Yah's strength. All my aunts. All my sisters. Let them sing.
I can't go to another young brother's funeral, and I can't see another mother identifying a son at the ball. Oh yeah, take me home. Oh yeah, take me home.
Yo, you wanna hear the worst thing? A baby crying when the bullets ring. Mama crying when the choir sing. The casket closing on a human yearling. The sound of my people fearing. I stop attending the wakes to see my brother go to sleep. Burials to see the grave filled. Now she is satisfied. And we murking each other. And this is all stratified. And that's why she can't go. Cause it might be her brother, flesh of your flesh. The people follow bloodshed upon bloodshed. And I'm left holding my head. Tears rolling off my chin. Cause another lion is dead. And I just can't go to another young brother's funeral. No. And I just can't see. Cause it might be me.
I can't go to another young brother's funeral, and I can't see another mother identifying a son at the ball. Oh yeah, take me home. Oh yeah, take me home.
My bowels ache, y'all take me home. This oppression I can't take, it make me angry. See, these devils tried to make me a eunuch and derange me. I'm a stranger, you see, only here for a time. But while I'm here, all I hear is clear. Flatline, New Year's, new rules, more jails, more babies in trash pails. We end life over the green and the white, money and the cotton, cash and the crack. The blood is still red and dead bodies are still black. Can anybody show me a way out? If it ain't thus saith Yah, I ain't tryna hear what you about. Cause your look is proud, upturns your snout. You only sing this song when you feel the wrong. Brought to your doorstep, your children destroyed, and there we wept. And while we slept, in crept death. Hearts start beating in that chest. All around me is dead bodies, and I just can't see, cause it might be me. And I can't go to another young brother's funeral, no.
I can't go to another young brother's funeral, no. And I can't see another mother identifying the son of the boy. Oh yeah, take me home. Oh yeah, take me home.
Hallelujah. I go over the head of the rabbi. My spirit is too ancient. They should all get a pen. I speak from the throne of David. Write it down. Tell Satan I'm ready to face him now. In physical form, spiritually my body reborn. I break the horn off the unicorn. Click the wings of the Pegasus. I am Torah. Look at my necklace. My DNA authentic. I took the Bible and dripped it. Simplified, deep lyrics encrypted. Master Splinter, teaching turtles of Torah. There's a king in my aura, attracting powerful daughters. I elevate a thought like a penthouse flow. My father get all the glory, put my face on the floor. That's how I get it out the mud. My body made out of mud. I transition to dust. My resurrection a must. That's why I gotta spit it with thrust. Feel the spirit of God as I give you all of my guts.
All the way, I'm gonna take it all away. I'm gonna give it everything. Some hate that I pray. I'm going all the way. I'm gonna take it all away. I'm gonna give it everything. Praise nobody else but you.
Say no run, nothing, gotta ask permission. I'm Bobby Brown with a Bible, I'm the new edition. Biblically in the trap, I take the Bible, whip the pot, let it lock. I'm only serving scripture out the pot. I'm a big boy, I only come and check up on the block. I'm in the studio, striving to get the planet on lock. I done been door to door, corner to corner, corners. I'm on YouTube, reaching the four corners of the earth. King Malachi, August 1st, alliance since birth, predicated on blood.